Ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs, Mike Campbell's in the house. Shout out to Mike Campbell in the chat, my boy. I'm going to lead off the show with his question. Story's making his triumphant return tonight. He has not been on the show for 9 days. He's been in Orlando doing business, and then 6 days at Walt Disney World. Dude's a Disney head. Anyways, what's going on, Campbell? 10:31. I don't know. You know what? He's the best ever. If his one weakness is punctuality, I will allow it. But I'll start it off here. Campbell says, curious if I should drop Pacheco for Hunt. I want to hear it on the show. So curious, Campbell, is this in our league together? So you're asking my advice in our league, and I'm going to give it to you. So I want Pacheco probably long-term, although the injury is a little ominous. Short-term, Hunts. If you have a losing record, it's Hunts because you're going to get a starting role from him this week, probably 15 fucking points. So that's my answer. I don't really want either of them, but I guess I could see it in general because Hunt's been there. Oh, and here's the guy. Here's the man. Here's the myth. Welcome back, sir. It's been a while. You had some withdrawal?
I am ready to get into it. It's been a while. It's been I was embedded with fantasy stuff, but I wasn't able to talk about it other than the one. I don't know if you noticed, I was a little tipsy with Ray on that one last Monday or Tuesday or something like that.
Yeah, well, the first time you said you're on the sauce again, Story. You're on the sauce, baby.
That's absolutely true.
I love it. So you're off the wagon or on the wagon? Remember the whole Seinfeld argument? Which one is it? On the wagon, off the wagon?
I'll tell you one thing. I know enough not to get on the wagon.
Yeah, damn straight. Anyways, hope your vacation was well. We missed you. A lot of people missed you in the chat here. I'm going to lead you out with this question before we get into waivers, and then there's kind of a little – I want to hear your take on Sunday before we get into the questions. Campbell says, should he drop Pacheco for Hunt? Because Pacheco's out a week or two at least. They have a week 10 bye, so he's definitely not playing week 9. Might not be playing week 11. We know week 9 is out for sure, plus week 10 bye. Is that enough for you to cut bait on Pacheco and grab Hunt?
Yeah, if you're in a shallow league or you absolutely need a win right now, I have no problem kicking Pacheco to the curb to pick up Hunt. In fact, I actually, in a shallow league, I just dropped JCM to pick up Hunt.
JCM, Jesus, man. I don't know. You saw I had 4.5 receiving yards last night for JCM. Couldn't even get that. And, he's not getting anything, and it will get better in Washington because Jaden Daniels might play next week, but he doesn't look good either.
I mean, it'll open up some running lanes, but he's not part of the passing game whatsoever.
No. And you know what? I will say this. I'm going to say this. I said it when it happened. Brian Robinson Jr., as currently constructed for this season, is a better player than JCM. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would, as it stands right now. If they start to, I don't know, Dan Campbell doesn't seem like he knows what it's like. Last season felt magical.
Dan Quinn.
I'm sorry, Dan Quinn. Thank you.
Yeah, don't say Dan Campbell. He knows what he's doing.
He does know what he's doing. I'm actually very impressed. But yeah, they're not running. No pitch outs, no zone reads, just everything off tackle. It's just really, and when they're crowding the box because Marcus Mariota is not a threat. Like people kept talking about the upside of Marcus Mariota as a fantasy asset in the running. It doesn't matter when they can't sustain drives and they can't move. The defense knows that too.
They're literally running JCM like they're having Brian Robinson back there, right? Like they're running the Brian Robinson plays for JCM, and they should have changed the run scheme up a bit because JCM's not an in-between the tackles banger. He's 205 pounds.
Right. And the problem, he also doesn't get goal line carries, and he's literally nothing in the passing game. I was really hopeful that JCM could flourish into an RB2. It doesn't feel like it this year.
Yeah, insult to injury, man. The only league I have JCM in is the $25 league. Remember, I did one back in June just for shits and giggles. Even it might have been May. And I picked up JCM once the trade rumor started. And I lost my matchup by 0.2. I needed 2.8 points or 2.9 points from JCM. He got 2.5. Guys just shitting on my grave. I lose the bet and then can't even get me 3 points, bro. That game was close in the first half. JCM, you suck balls. Anyways, did you see the counselor clip I sent you? I got to bring that up.
No, I didn't have a chance to watch it. I was trying to get caught up on work because what was the crux?
He does his suck of the week, right? And it's the guy that sucks, and all of his players have sucked all year, but he does a suck of the week based on everyone's starting him, high expectations, high Vegas number, whatever. And it was CMC, not Bijan. Well, he calls him Bijan, but and CMC still had 9 points, right? But CMC, if you look at his game log in PPR, it's 24, 28, 25. It's 24 was his lowest performance up until this week. He's RB1 in PPR. Well, RB2 because Jonathan Taylor now overtook him in PPR. Either way. And he obviously was fading CMC. Like he faded every great player, Puka, JSN. And he made a video saying that like Christian McCaffrey owners, like, this is what I told you, like trying to like take a victory lap on fading CMC because he had 9 points 1 week and he's RB2 like for the season.
Dude, that's wild. Like the cognitive disconnect. There's no way he absolutely believes this. It's all clickbait. It's all designed to get views and reactions, and
it works.
Work the algorithm and whatnot. It's so stupid though. I can't believe anybody's actually following him for advice.
Well, I'm guilty of like buying into it because I send him like a hate message every day, like a respectful hate message, like just being like, "Hey, how's Dante Thornton doing? How's Trey Harris doing? All your guys that you loved. How he took Ashton Genty over CMC is the point." And yet he makes a video like that. Ashton Genty has like 2 points, 2 games over 10 points all year story. Like that's Ashton Genty's ceiling is 9 points. I don't know. I just can't believe it.
Well, I mean, again, it's that is the problem with our content culture today is everything is the newest and the greatest, and you got to design to get likes and clicks and attention because otherwise you just get faded into all the background.
Like we did for 4 years in this channel until I did the live streams. People realize we actually know our shit, and we're entertaining as well.
Forgive me if I'm coughing on this. I picked up something when I was in Florida, so I'm fighting off a head cold here.
Herpes?
No, I hope not. I mean, Florida, you either get herpes or you get a cold or you get attacked by a crystal meth addicted alligator. It's one of those three.
Yeah. Jason, speaking of Florida, we got Jason here. Praying to get Tracy Jr. and Jennings off of waivers. My team is decimated. What would you do for Tracy Jr. FAAB? We talked about this last night's story. Is it 100% of your FAAB?
No, because I'm still a little trepidatious about that offense. I would go easily 50% of my FAAB, though, 50 to 60% of my remaining FAAB budget. If you have more to spend and you are in desperate need, then yeah, sure, go up to 60 to 80%. Like, I'd like to hold a little bit back for the end of the season for anything that might pop up.
So Justin says, would you go all in on Tyrone Tracy? I only have $41 in FAAB left. I'm guessing that's out of 100, 41%. And I need a good backup running back. He's 4-4, dude. So I feel like you got to go 41.
Yeah,
you got to go.
I would go 41. I don't think you're going to get him though. Like that's.
But it's worth a shot.
Yeah, it's worth a shot for sure.
Sounds like Rico's taking his job back. Did you hear the comments from Dave Canales? Man, he was literally like talking about Chuba Hubbard in past tense.
Yeah,
like,
I did read that.
That's if your wife hears you talking about her in past tense, like that's literally Scott Peterson shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, yeah, I lost my wife last Christmas. No, actually, your wife is alive. You plan on murdering her. So is Dave Canales planning on murdering Chuba Hubbard? Is that what we can read about this? Or
I mean, it's possible. I wouldn't put it. I also wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't put it past Dave Canales to go back to Chuba Hubbard in 3 weeks or so if Rico Dowdle starts struggling.
Well, let me just toss this guy up here and take a little gander if you can zoom in on this. Chuba Hubbard on the bottom in terms of explosive rush rates. That's rough. And you see all the way up there by Jonathan Taylor, you see my man Rico Dowdle, like top 5 percentile. So that means something to me. And I'm the biggest Rico Dowdle guy, at least this year.
Look at that cluster in the upper right. One of those things is not like the other one. Cough, cough, JCM.
Yeah, well, that was based on early production for sure. But yeah, so I'm so pissed. Like the last 2 weeks, I was still starting Rico. Definitely the first week Chuba came back, and I started him last week because it was week 8, and I had nobody else. And he comes out there 8 carries, 52 yards, and that's it, no catches. And then just they don't play him. And the whole rotating, like I talked about this last night. Splitting the snaps is one thing. Rotating series, that's kind of what Detroit does. It's just bullshit because a running back can get screwed based on their series is a 3 and out, and the other running back has a 9-play drive. Like, and that happens the whole game. You end up having a 70-30 where just rotate in on the same drive if you're going to do that story.
Well, did you watch the game on Sunday? I mean, it was very clear what they were trying to do, and it was also very clear which was the better running back. So it's not surprising that Carolina is making an effort to get Rico Dowdle the ball more. But again, we don't want to get caught in the fallacy of logical coaching. This coaching staff does have a connection to Chuba Hubbard. They paid him. They like him. He's a locker room guy. I don't think he's going away completely.
He's a team captain story. He's actually a team captain.
Yeah.
Like that's wild. But hey, you got to play the better guy. Like they need explosiveness. You're relying on Xavier Legette. Like we love Legette, but that's not great. They got nothing.
It might be time to start looking at Jalen Coker again.
Agreed. Jason says, should I drop Io Manor for a handcuff? Tank, Singletary, Sampson, Wilson, P. Ryan, Ali Gordon, or wide receivers like DK, Malik or Washington. Not the right wide receivers. I think that's maybe Ali Gordon.
No, this is easy
Daniel
to me.
Wilson?
It's Tank Bigsby, and I'll tell you why. They said that Saquon Barkley could have come back in, that it was no big deal. The problem is this is a groin injury, and groin injuries can linger. He's got 2 weeks to get healthy, but if he re-aggravates that, I mean, we saw what Tank Bigsby did on limited carries, 100 rushing yards plus. It's not much on the passing game. It's not going to be a Saquon Barkley one-for-one replacement, but I'm going to try and go out and get Tank Bigsby wherever I can. I know you got to hold him through the bye week, and then Saquon Barkley is probably healthy, but we're getting to the point now where you can drop guys like Alec Ayamenor, Chimere, Kimir, DK, right? I know, same team. Pat Bryant, like he's coming on a little bit, but when is Pat Bryant ever going to crack your lineup? It's fun to have those guys in the rare instance that they break out, but it's so rare that a rookie wide receiver that's third on the depth chart is ever going to be a breakout for a team that honestly doesn't throw the ball all that much.
I would take Wilson, though, just because the Packers already had their week 5 bye. Josh Jacobs is such a workhorse and a badass that he's playing super hurt right now. And it appears he's going to play through this injury. So that's just going to either make it what we've seen the last couple of weeks, a 60-40 split with 40% going to Wilson, which is nice. Or maybe, just maybe, they're in first place right now. Maybe they say, take a seat, Josh Jacobs, take a week off, go to Vegas, to pull a Dennis Rodman. Go hang out with Carmen Electra for a week. Although you probably wouldn't want to hang out with Carmen Electra now with the diseases and the all the surgery she's had. But I digress. Like I think it's Wilson because Tank is probably a better play if there's no Barkley. But I think that I know they're both hurt, but I think the thing is they already have a bye week. They have a bye week in week 9, right?
They're coming into their bye week, so you're going to have to hold on to them. But you're not playing. You're not playing Ali Gordon, or you're not playing Emmanuel Wilson this week anyway. Neither one of those guys is a comfortable flex spot. I mean, like a super deep throw a dart at the wall. So you're basically picking up a guy who's not going to play anyway. If you pick up Emmanuel Wilson, I'd rather pick up the guy that I think has more upside, especially one that the most recent injury is the Saquon Barkley injury, and those groin injuries concern me. I'm picking up Tank. I'm using a number 2 waiver priority on Tank Bigsby this week.
Whoa, that's a ringing endorsement. J-Bob, he wants to hear your take on this, I bet. Brian Kelly fired by LSU. J-Bob, thank you for the $2 donation. 4 more away from a beer chug. Shout that one out. Story, what's your take on Brian Kelly being fired by LSU? I know you have some feelings on this one, guy.
Yeah, it's about time. And the way they went about it is very odd. The fact that the governor got involved was, I guess it's such a big part of that state in general. But it's great to see. Also, did you see there was a meme going around? Remember how Brian Kelly, when he came to LSU, he kind of adopted that fake Southern accent?
No, but that doesn't surprise me.
Well, yeah. So on his press concert, conference announcing it, he came in and got a fake Southern accent, even though he had just come from Notre Dame. So there was a meme going around of where Brian Kelly's going in to interview for the Howard University job. You know what Howard University is? One of the historically black colleges, all black colleges. And it's Robert Downey Jr. in blackface from Tropic Thunder.
No way. Oh, God. That's funny. Jason says, should I drop Nick Chubb and or cut for Tracy and Hunt? Well, Tracy for sure. Hunt's, if you need production now, what's your record, all that kind of stuff. Tracy is for now and for later, right? Now and later, remember the candy? That is Tracy.
I think you're getting several weeks of production out of Hunt. The week-to-week designation is less than ideal for Pacheco, and Hunt is the goal line back there. We know it's a good offense. Mahomes looks like a man possessed right now. The problem is they're just throwing the ball so much. Like his arm's going to fall off the amount that they're throwing, and he's running. It's wild. But so it's dusty old Hunt, but he's getting goal line carries and 2 touchdowns last night.
2 touchdowns, man. A receiving touchdown too. Talk about a throwback. Jason says, which tight end's best this week? Ertz, Schultz, Andrews, Fant, Ingram, Theo Johnson.
So you know me, I love Theo Johnson, but I'm probably still going Fant this week. The Bengals, as far as I know, Gesicki is still on the shelf, is he not?
Yeah, he is, but they got back Tanner Hudson, so I don't know what that means. But like,
I mean, the
that's,
Bears are like
something.
sixth worst in schedule adjusted against the tight ends. The defense is nothing to realistically write home about. I mean, in the secondary, I'm not too concerned about Kevin Byard covering Noah Fant. So for me, it's Fant, Theo Johnson, Ertz in that order.
I'm going Andrews, bro. You got Lamar Jackson back against Miami. Like I want a home run shot. Mark Andrews could set 2 touchdowns this week. Jason, start 1 tight end this week. Henry, Juwan Johnson, Fant, Ertz, Theo, Loveland. Similar question. It's Hunter Henry, or Juwan Johnson for me.
Juwan Johnson and Fant are probably neck and neck. I'd give Fant the edge because of the matchup, but then I'd still go. I go Fant, Juwan Johnson, Theo, Ertz, Henry, Loveland in that order.
What's going on, DB? Jay Moore, need wide receiver help. Only have Marvin Harrison, Ibuka, and Noel on roster. Whoa, holy shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, there's a lot of names, but you need to have like 5 on your roster, right? Like that's ideal at least. Yeah, Trey Tucker, Troy Franklin.
Troy Franklin might be available depending on the league size. He's taken in almost every league, but Christian Watson is a guy that I'm targeting this week. The outlook looks good there based on the usage. I think Matthew Golden is a drop, realistically. I know you don't want to start. Did he say he had Higgins or Jalen Noel?
No.
Okay. Noel. Yeah, I know you probably don't want to start 2 guys on the same team, but Higgins is another option there if Christian Kirk misses again in week 8. And then I know we talked about dropping him, but DK is someone that you can spot start.
Yeah, as long as Ridley's still out there. Mm-hmm. Dakota says our Ravens bets are looking good. So I have a crazy. So you kept your Ravens bets because you couldn't cash out, right? Story.
Florida, yeah, couldn't cash out.
Would you have cashed out knowing Lamar was out and the Bears? Because if they lose that game, they're pretty much toast, right?
No, probably not. It was the Bears. Like
I know. Here's a funny story. I cashed out. I took a $13 hit. So I did take a hit. I took a $13 hit. I had it at I cashed out the 22-1 one, and I still kept the 25-1, and then so I took a $13 hit on the whatever $120 bet, and then they're still at 20-1 now. They're still at 20-1 right now. Story. So I threw another $130 on it. So I cost myself. I was panicked, bro. I was scared, and then I was so depressed watching them win, and I'm like, they have the Dolphins now. Lamar's coming back. They're winning this damn division, and by the time the playoffs roll around with that defense, I know it was against the Bears, but they're healthy. They look hungry. There's no more ping pong tables there. I expect 9-1, right? You agree with that?
Yeah, I mean 21 right now. If Lamar comes back, I don't think that is going to. I don't think it's going to stick at 20-1. So if you like them, now's a good time to get in. I never cash out though. That's just me.
Well, I don't cash out live bets, but that was just like I knew if they lost that game, the bet was done pretty much. And I kept some of them, I just didn't cash. I just didn't want $250 riding on a team that would be eliminated if they lost that game with Tyler Huntley. Here's the bigger question real quick. I know they paid Cooper Rush, but they have to change the offense for Cooper Rush. Tyler Huntley is just like a poor man's Lamar. And actually, he didn't make a Pro Bowl, and that was a farce of a Pro Bowl, but why wouldn't they have just played Tyler Huntley the whole time?
This dude's worse.
That's fine. I mean,
what do you mean play Tyler or pay Tyler Huntley or play Tyler?
No, pay and play him either way. Why were they playing Cooper Rush those 3 games?
I mean, Tyler Huntley didn't look very good. That defense was
dude. He had 50 yards rushing. He was fine. He was 17 of 23. Cooper Rush is throwing picks, man. Can't move.
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick, Mr. Free Throw. I sent you. I know he signed up for the Patreon. I got to shout out Mr. Free Throw. You signed up for the Patreon. I sent you multiple emails. With the email you gave me, and I messaged you in the Patreon. So I want you in the Discord. So check that out right now or after the show because you did pay. So I'd like to get you in there and help you with the insight 24/7, baby. And on that note, I just want to shout out a couple people, couple things. We're growing. There's missing a couple people here, but we have it is getting up there. It's getting up there. I appreciate all this stuff. This is how we can I can keep on doing this. CK, Scott, Logan, Mouth, John, Braden, Wally, Cruz, Derek, Marcus, Mark, Fanatics are Mark, Jason, J Bob, Matt. And also there's Mike Campbell's in there as well. So shout out all those guys. Appreciate all of you. And you should get in there. If you want to get in the Discord, this is what this show is. It's pretty much 24 hours a day on the Discord, different channels. You get access to my bet store. You were out of town, so you missed a lot of stuff. You missed the entire NBA start, essentially, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I was in Florida that Monday, so I missed the Tuesday. I mean, I had placed a couple of bets before I in the airport on Monday, but after that, I was nothing you can do there.
Yeah, we're rolling right now, baby. We're 14-2 right now on the start of the year in NBA, dude. My bets, 14-2.
The Discord community is great. It looks like you got a lot of solid patrons there, so I feel like I went away for a week and things have completely blown up.
Yeah, because I'm not going to keep this pace up. I've had a couple I had some game. I won a couple player props in the first half. We're at over 24 points for a player in the first half, which is just unheard of in the NBA, where you're just smashing these. So
I did hit Embiid first basket tonight, so I got back in the group tonight. Yeah,
you degenerate first basket. He looks terrible, by the way, dude. He can't move, he can't rebound, but he can score.
30 minutes of basketball total. I've been way too busy, but yeah, I just plus 600. That looks good. I'll take that. No research.
Well, hey, you can start hopping in on my bets, and I'll go 6 and 7 the next 13.
Right. Yeah.
Mr. Free Throw, 15-team league. Again, Free Throw, I sent you an email. Check that out. Desperate territory in need of a running back start this week. Rank these guys this week. Emmanuel Wilson, McNichols, Devin Singletary, Ollie Gordon. I think it's easy Wilson.
I like McNichols. That's it. If it's a PPR, it's Nichols by a mile.
They're against the Seahawks.
I know it's a tough matchup, but you got to figure that even with Jaden Daniels, they're still going to struggle to move the ball on the ground. They're probably going to have to throw the ball. He's their third down back. And then I'd probably go Wilson. He did take up a lot of Josh Jacobs' work next week, but Singletary, he's a sneaky ad in a lot of leagues, especially a 15-team league. I'm surprised that not Devin Singletary, but I'm surprised that McNichols is on the wire in a 15-team league.
Yeah, shout out to Mark. He's number one fan. He was on the show on Friday, I believe. Also, if you're in here, 30 people in here, 0 subs so far. Like the video and subscribe. What are you doing? 7 shows a week. Guests like Mike Story, chat guys like Mark and DB and James Bond and TB and J Bob in the chat. If I'm missing anyone, I'm sorry. Should I drop Rodgers for Darnold as a bench quarterback?
Yeah,
I got Goff as my main. You think so?
Yeah, Darnold's a really solid streamer this week and probably in weeks going forward. They do get to play, they get to play against the 49ers. Their defense is completely banged up. They get to play against the Cardinals. I like Darnold going forward. Not a huge fan of Rodgers. I needed to stream Rodgers in 1 week. He got me 2 touchdowns, but man, when things are going poorly for that team, they go really poorly.
Generation pick 2, DJ Moore, Travis Hunter, Dubs, Myers, ETN, and Trey Tucker, PPR. So are you buying Travis Hunter?
I think you got to ride the hot train with Travis Hunter and hope that this is a way that they figured something out with getting him involved. And then ETN is probably the other one because it's PPR.
Sorry, I got to respond to a comment down the Mr. Free Throw. You might be right, man. He said I emailed him the link to the Patreon because he signed up for the Patreon. This was at 3 a.m. after a 3-hour show, so I was most likely drunk. That's on me, buddy. So I'll send you the proper link here after the show. I apologize, but it's an honest mistake, honestly. That happens. Shit happens, right? DB says fantasy football counselor Rob. We have talked about this guy before. Such an upstuck entitled waste, man. He's the worst. He's literally the worst. I hate him. I'm such a non-violent guy. Sorry, you know me, but punchable face, asshole. I might punch him just for costing people money.
I abhor clickbait, and that's all it is. The guy is just a content whore, and it's so frustrating because people legitimately their well-beings are. I know it's a little much to say that people's well-being and you have to take everything relatively speaking, right? We're talking about a game within a game. We're talking about fantasy football, and people are
right.
well, it's just a game. Don't get so upset. But I mean, relatively speaking, the game of football is nothing compared to the world scale of poverty and world hunger and that kind of thing. So we got to talk about it relatively speaking. People's emotional well-beings, their financial side is wrapped up in this game. So him being a huckster really bothers me too, because it's clickbait for the sake of getting clicks and ad views, ad dollars.
Yes.
When he's just doing it like hot takes, and it's not helping anybody. It's actually actively hurting them.
We're like, I'm the opposite. I'm trying to build something where my reputation is on the line. And I know, and what's happened with the betting's the instant stuff, right? Because a lot of these people weren't with us when we called Tucker Kraft and Taylor and Tyler Warren and Chris Olave and George Pickens and you name it, right? We missed on some guys too, but we hit on so many like big hits. That's how I'm going to make the money, is because people are going to donate, join the Patreon. That's what I want, because I want to make you money. And I don't want like to be known as a clown. Like, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I am kind of a clown, but I want to be a clown that makes you money, right? And that's all that matters here. Like, beat your friends too. We want to win our fantasy leagues and beat your friends. I don't want to be a clown just like, hey man, and it's one thing if you're doing that with like movies, being like, you know what, like, dude, Goodfellas is the worst movie I've ever seen. Like, that doesn't hurt anyone. That just hurt yourself. But like, you're costing people money. Everyone's playing fantasy for money for the most part. Some people are putting in, like me, $8,000. Now, obviously, I would never listen to a clown like that, but a lot of people hear someone that sounds like they know what they're talking about, and they don't, because they have 100,000 subscribers. They must be smart. This guy has the subscribers because he's that bad. He either is smart at working the algorithm, or he has a social media team that's smart at working the algorithm, but it's not related to his fantasy content. All right, I'm gonna hit you guys with the intro. We'll get back to questions. I need to get a drink.
I love that smooth jazz. It's like a
love the song
80s sitcom intro.
So we're calling Dylan Gabriel Wario now. We have the names for the quarterbacks. He's Wario. And I just gotta say one thing. How about that fucking Tucker Kraft story? And I was tell these people how often I mention Tucker Kraft. We're talking a running back podcast show, 30 minutes, and I'm talking about Tucker Kraft.
Yeah, I mean, even with Christian Watson coming back, Tucker Kraft was able to produce. So I have concerns about all those receivers, but Tucker Kraft looks like he is on a fast pass to the moon.
Tucker Kraft or George Kittle rest of the season?
Oh man, it shouldn't be that hard, right? It should be an easy Tucker or George Kittle. Should be.
Yeah.
But
give me the names you want over Tucker Kraft right now. Give me the names you want over him. Do you want Brock Bowers over him?
Not with that knee injury still. He looks like he's going to play this week, but not with that knee injury.
Trey McBride.
Yes.
Tyler Warren.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Oh, no. Not enough touchdown value, man.
Okay, so touchdown equity might not be as high, but the floor is lower for Tucker Kraft than it is for Tyler Warren. That dude is involved every game in every aspect.
Oh, Tucker Kraft's not. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we did have a bust game earlier this year for him.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Tyler Warren always gets you 9. CK, what's going on, CK? I'm 6-2, lost Scat, running with Bijan, Sharps, Benson, Hubbard. Should I use a waiver on Tracy? Yeah, use your waiver on Tracy, and you can trade somebody. You can trade Charbonnet. You can trade Hubbard. You know what I'm saying? You can just trade Benson. You can trade Benson or Tracy. You got to use it.
Do we know what the latest is on Trey Benson? I know he's eligible to come back after week 10, but it's
positive. I think he's coming back. He's going to come back then, and then the first week might be rough. But it's not about Trey Benson. It's about the fact they released Michael Carter, then re-signed him on. DeMarcado literally shit on the coach's face, like on national TV. He's gone, and Bam Knight's just a guy. So like none of those guys have emerged. That's why I like Benson more. And Benson is a second-round pick story out of FSU. Good player. So Benson's a top 20 guy for sure.
Like I mean, Benson will probably be there after this week, so you probably don't need a waiver claim on him. Tracy's the way to go. And then
he has Benson. He has
Benson. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it's Tracy. And then Tank is not worth a waiver claim because you want to get Tracy and then just pick up Tank if he's available, or use your second claim on Tank. Real quick, we'll answer this question because this is kind of like dynasty. Do y'all think Jonathan Brooks is going to be anything next year or ever? No. I mean, the two ACLs, signing Chuba Hubbard, now having Rico Dowdle, they are rich at running back right now. And Jonathan Taylor, he might be something, a little something, carve out a little roll down the road story.
Jaden Reed has carved out a little role for himself there in Green Bay. I think that he might have trying to think of who like had a late stage career resurgence and it's not a late stage with him. It's just that knee injury is so debilitating to the same knee. It's going to be very, very difficult. He might show up on a practice squad here and there, but I don't think he's going to be certainly won't be a starter. I don't think he's going to be on an NFL roster realistically after his rookie contract. It's such a terrible thing though.
Alex, we're just banking right now, bro. 14-2. I know you've been tailing, so just and football's fine too. We're 36 and 19, I think. So that's fine. We've had a little roadblock, like 500 the last couple of weeks. If that's my basement, I'll take that. Mark says, Story, I like the Tank Bigsby take. How about Bigsby or Isaiah Davis for a stash?
Ooh, okay. Now that's a good one. Isaiah Davis looks good. Bigsby looks good. I think right now, because of the injury to Saquon doesn't appear to be major, I would go with Isaiah Davis, although the offenses are better. Yeah, because of the possibility that Breece Hall gets traded, I think Isaiah Davis is probably the stash right now. That trade deadline is what, the 4th, the 5th, something like that? It's after this weekend.
Might be later than that. I think it's later than that.
It's
either way.
It's very quick.
Isaiah Davis. It's easy. Isaiah Davis, man. Like he's literally, you have two ways he can become the starter. I know him starting isn't going to be what Bigsby is, but in a PPR, I think I want Davis if he's a spot start because he's going to catch some passes. Mm-hmm. Bigsby has literally stone hands, dude. Like 8 catches in 3 years. Terrible. Another one, Tootin from James Bond 007. Tootin or Tank Bigsby? So we have week 8 bye. They're coming off a bye. We've seen this from rookies before. ETN's been straight dog shit story the last 4 weeks. He's only beaten up on 2 bad teams early in the year. He's been bad. He's looked bad, inefficient. Who do you want, Tootin or Tank? Going forward.
Yeah. In that case, God, that offense is changing a little bit. Tootin could overtake. Tank Bigsby's not overtaking Saquon without an injury. So I'm probably going to go Tootin. He has a possibility that he can overtake that job without an injury, and an injury gives him the upside that we were looking for, especially with Tank Bigsby not being there.
Caleb, if my trade gets accepted Wednesday morning, will that player be available in my lineup Sunday? Typically, it's 2 days. I've never seen longer than 2 days, so 100%.
It depends on your league settings. Like in my leagues, I got rid of the waiting period altogether because it's stupid. Like, let people manage their teams as adults. Like, if people are going to make trades, it should go through immediately. Like, you should be able to make a trade at 11:55 a.m. on Sunday and be able to play that player. Mm-hmm. Like, we're making the trade. Let's make the trade. So that's the way I feel about it. But check your league settings. It'll tell you exactly how long your trade review process is.
Right. Typically, it's 2 days at the longest, and the only hang-up would be if this was after the Thursday game. Sometimes there's that little clause in there. It's like the fine print where it's like if there's already a game that started, you have to wait. It goes through the next week. But you should be totally good on Wednesday. But check your settings. My friend has traded me Bijan for Curry in our basketball league. Now I have Gibbs, Barkley, and Bijan. So is this a cross sports thing, or are you guys just colluding? Because I've seen that for sports fantasy teams. Like
I know a guy who played in a 3-sport cross. It was baseball, basketball, and football, and they could trade players amongst it. It was really wild. Like I've never seen anything like it.
Fantasy, this can't be a real question. I'm going to read it anyway, just because this is what I do. I'm Ron Burgundy. I got the number 1 waiver wire using on Tyrone Tracy. I believe he might be available, or Tucker Kraft. Like, no, are you playing a 4-man league? Because Tucker Kraft is tight end number 2 on the year right now. Besides that, he looks like a god. And what the hell? He was drafted in the 8th or 9th round. So you're telling me someone drafted Tucker Kraft and then had a couple 20-point games from him? Is like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna roll with Theo Johnson.
If this was Tucker Kraft having just come off of the injury that he had early in the season, maybe he flew under the radar. But this
or the bye week or week 5 bye,
maybe. I dropped Harold Fannin in a league when but I picked up a run to Gadsden. So
if this is a real question, the answer is if you have Tyler Warren or something, then pick up Tyrone Tracy. If you have even a guy like Gatson, give me Kraft.
I don't know. I think I'd still pick up Kraft and see if I can move him or move Tyler Warren or move if you got him. Worst case, like, would it be? I know you don't want to start a tight end in the flex, but we got 4 teams on bye this week. There's worse players out there, like Jalen Noel or Tucker Kraft, right? Like,
I would start Tucker Kraft at my quarterback spot. Story. And the saying is he's my father, he's my brother, he's my lover, he's my friend. That is Tucker Kraft. I would start him at quarterback. I start him at wide receiver. I don't give a shit. I've got Bijan's. That's my phrase. That's my phrase. Yeah, I coined that. I got to copyright that, right? Like, I've got Bijan Swift, Chase Brown. He's like, is that really a phrase? He is my father. He is my brother. He is my lover. He is my friend. Tucker Kraft. That's going to be my fucking headstone when I die.
Nice.
I've got Bijan Swift, Chase Brown, and Monty. Is there any point in going for Tracy? Yeah, there's a point. If you can get him, you can trade him. You can trade Swift. You could trade Chase Brown after that nice performance. Get assets when you can get them.
And, I mean, you don't want tons of depth if you can avoid it. You want really, especially this time of year, you want solid quality players. But you want to prevent your teammates from being able to use Tyrone Tracy against you. And against you doesn't mean just being playing against you. But, every win is by another team is this is a zero-sum game, especially if you're trying to fight for a playoff spot.
Should I start Romeo Dubs or Gatson in the flex? What are your thoughts on Gatson's story? I want to hear a minute on Gatson for you, and what are your thoughts? He's had 3 straight 8 target games, 7 target games with 170-yard game sprinkled in there, 2 touchdowns. Are you buying him as a top 6 option like a lot of people are saying, or are you a little bit more, worrisome on that, or a little bit more hesitant?
I'm trying to temper my expectations, right? We've seen short stretches of production from various positions, including tight ends in the past, that haven't paid off. Is he going to have some down games? Certainly. I consider him an easy top 12, probably top 10, but top 6 seems a little aggressive based on the other talent that's around him right now. Kamani Vidal looks to be a resurgence after last year's disappointment. I know that he didn't get a target, but you do still have Quentin Johnson there. You've got Keenan Allen. He looks okay, but your boy, McConkey the donkey, looking really good there. So I'm not ready to anoint him a top 5 tight end, but I'm also really happy with sending somebody like I said, Harold Fannin, especially because Njoku, if he doesn't get moved, now you're splitting tight end reps there. That's going to be a problem. TJ Hawkinson, certainly. Sending those guys to the waiver wire and picking up Aranda Getson and hoping for those spike weeks. But there's probably going to be weeks when you're disappointed too.
I don't buy it because it's the same thing as Quentin Johnson. When Quentin Johnson was wide receiver 4, I don't want to get into this too much because I talk about it every day, because I had people yelling at me when I said he's not even a wide receiver 1. I was like, he's a wide receiver 3 when he was wide receiver 4 overall. And they're like, you're an idiot. He's, I love Quentin Johnson 2 years ago. But it's the same thing. I was like, Ladd's better than Quentin. They're like, no, you're an idiot. Ladd's dead. And now I'm going to say that Quentin Johnson is still going to have a part in this. Now I'm a Quentin Johnson guy again, and everyone is off Quentin Johnson. Does that make sense? Like, Quentin Johnson is still, I would say, who's going to outscore who? Rest of season, Gatson or Quentin Johnston?
I think Quentin Johnson will outscore Gatson.
There you go.
But I'm like I said,
there you go.
But we're talking about the tight end position, so I'm happy to start Gatson over like a TJ Hawkinson or a Dalton Schultz, even a Kincaid, who looked really disappointing this week.
Yeah, but that's my point. Like, people are like dropping Quentin Johnson and saying that they want Gatson over like Brock Bowers and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much like counselor shit. Let's not overreact to this stuff. And Quentin Johnson will be just fine. He's going to be what you thought of, a boomer bust wide receiver 3, a Jameson Williams, and Gatson will be not a boomer bust tight end, but he's not Tucker Kraft. He's not Tyler Warren. He's not Trey McBride. I think I'd rather have Dallas Goedert rest of the season. What about you? Dallas Goedert or Gatson real quick?
No, because if Dallas Goedert doesn't score a touchdown, you're going to be really disappointed.
He scores a shitload of them, Story.
I know, but Aranda Getson is an athletic freak, and A.J. Brown's not going to be out the rest of the season. So give me Gatson over Goddard the rest of the season.
That's a good call. I'm a contender in Dynasty. You need a running back help. Should I drop Io Manor for Bigsby if Saquon's out? In Dynasty, I like Io Manor in Dynasty. He's tied to Cam Ward long-term, young quarterback.
Yeah.
If you need it, we don't even know if you're going to get a start from Bigsby. That's the problem. You do that move, and then Saquon's healthy, and then you just have a handcuff without a home.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know where his home is next year.
He's a contender, though. Maybe, like, if you're a contender, why don't you try moving some picks to free up some roster spots and, package a couple guys together for a roster spot and get a better asset. What's up?
Sorry, my wife sneezed.
Oh, nice.
It's a Seinfeld thing. I got to say, bless you,
Yeah, so that as a contender, I try to put a package of 2 players and a pick together to get a pick back and another player. Then you open up a roster spot. Now you can add Tank Bigsby to your roster.
All right, gentlemen, if you're in here, not subscribed, we are 5 away from 2,600 subs. 5 away. Let's get that here in the next 5 minutes. And like the video, appreciate that. We're going to answer all your goddamn questions. That's what we do. Not to sound angry about that, but we're going to answer all your questions. Is that better? Joseph says, lost Scatabo this week, which is a damn shame. Damn shame story. And I got to play this real quick just because, I love Scatabo, and I got to shout out Sports Memes channel. That is Poker Guts. These are awesome.
Come on, coach, put me back in.
Cam, your ankle's broken.
Just snap it back on, twist it or something. It's fine. I want to break some stuff.
This is why we drafted you, Cam.
I saw that.
How sad are you?
I saw that on the YouTube shorts earlier today. I'm extremely
How sad are you?
Extremely disappointed. We knew that this was going to be a bright star who flashed brightly and was going to probably fade at some point. I thought it would have been related to concussions, but the fact of the matter, it was just a freak. I shouldn't say freak. It looked like a hip drop tackle to me, and they're not calling that after game 1 of last year, after week 1 of last year. They stopped calling that, and that has still hurting people. You remember the Florida State quarterback last year he went down before the playoffs to a hip drop tackle. So it's a problem. They need to get that out of the game, and they're not really enforcing it. It sucks. I have concerns about him being ready for next year. I do have to keep him in one league because I've drafted him in the 10th round or something, and I can keep him for an 8th round pick next year. So I'm going to do that. Otherwise, I had to hit drop like everywhere else. So it's sad. I had him in 75% of my leagues. I was a huge fan. I was in love with his talent, and it's a super bummer. But that's fantasy. Those going to happen.
I don't have concerns about him being ready because it's Cam Scatabo. He will be ready. I have concerns about him being the same, which are two different things. But if he's not the same level of player, that's different because he will be back. He's not Brandon Ayuk. Okay.
I think a lot of it depends on how much ligament damage there was from what I was reading. The bone will heal properly. That's not a problem. If there's severe ligament or tendon damage, if the Achilles was injured during this, then that's a real problem. If it's, I know he had to have surgery, but that was probably to stabilize the blood vessels. So we'll have to get some more details. And a lot of it is we'll be keeping an eye on the offseason progress.
Joseph lost Scatabo this week. Who do you want to pick up at full PPR? Let's say short term and long term. We can do 2 answers: Hunt, Bam, Spears, or Henderson. Give me your short term and your long term.
Spears look good. I'm crossing Henderson off the list. His fumble looks like he was running well, and then he fumbled near the goal line, and that's going to put him right back in the doghouse with Vrabel. So short term, I want Hunt. I think Hunt has the most touchdown upside there. But Bam is really close. Bam, you could probably put equal bids on both of those guys. And then long term, I think Spears has an opportunity to kind of take over that backfield from Pollard. And Pollard has been chugging along, but Spears had a better opportunity share and looked like the better player on Sunday.
What's going on, Scott? How you doing, man? What's your guys' opinion on starting Rams or Packers defense this week? We have the Packers at home against the Panthers, and we have the Rams at home against the Saints and Tyler Shuck's first start.
Yeah,
that is 2 great options, man. I think you flip a coin. I was gonna say Packers, and then I saw that the Saints are just. You saw with the Bucs defense on Sunday. So is it the Rams?
The Packers are a 13-point spread, and the Bucs are a 14-point spread. So, or not the Bucs, the Rams are a 14-point spread.
You're right. Yep.
Give me the Rams. Give me that one extra point. Although, I actually when it's that close, you probably want to look into a little more on some of the sack-related metrics and see which team gives up more sacks.
Yeah. Mark says, Story, what's your take on Coleman? Been harassing Rob about him lately. I'm just so pissed about his production. It's rough. I'll give you mine real quick, actually.
Cam Coleman from Auburn? Are we talking Kevin Coleman from –
We're talking about Keon Coleman. Keon Coleman. Son of a bitch.
Because I'd rather talk about either of those 2 guys than Keon Coleman. He's gone.
No, I'm fine with Keon. I'm betting his yards this week, I think, man. He's had some rough matchups, dude. He had J.C. Horn. He's had rough matchups, dude. He's fine.
It was another pop-up game for Khalil Shakir. Even we've talked about it. 1 week, he's a rental if you need a spot start, but if you need a bench spot, I'm okay letting him go. I've kicked it. I'll keep him in teams that are 14-team leagues or where you got deep benches. Otherwise, if you're in a regular 12-team league, I don't see a reason. When are you going to start him? Who would you start him over?
This week? I'm starting him this week. There's buys, dude. He's in a crutch this week. I'm telling you. I'm not pulling a counselor, all right? I literally think Keon Coleman's having 70 yards and a touchdown this week. You heard it here first. Trevor says Jaden Reed or Brandon Ayuk for a stash. I know the answer, but it's rough. They both are in crowded rooms.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't say Brandon Ayuk. I can't. I won't.
I gotta go Brandon Ayuk. Give me
No.
Brandon. What? Well, Pearsall's banged up. Jennings is banged up, right? Kittle, he runs like a monster. He could get banged up again. I think there's better opportunity when you got 50 wide receivers in Green Bay. And the god, Tucker Kraft.
Well, yeah, Tucker Kraft. He is my father. He is my brother. He is my lover. He is my friend. BA, if I have CJ Stroud and Purdy, but only have Jacobs and Kenneth Walker as running back, should I prioritize Tracy or Bo Nix? It's Tracy. Tracy for sure. You're fine. Purdy will be fine.
I'm surprised that Bo Nix is on the waiver wire.
2 badass weeks in a row. Okay.
Yeah, but even before this week, like Dallas defense, so you probably saw that coming. I'm really surprised nobody picked him up for that alone.
100%. I made a trade tonight, non-PPR. I gave Justin Jefferson and David Montgomery for Derrick Henry and Drake London. I want Derrick Henry and Drake London for sure.
Yeah.
He got Derrick Henry and Drake London. You won that one by a mile. You won it by a mile.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson has 1 touchdown this year, Story. Week 1.
Again, do we know what the status is of Drake London?
I'm not worried. He's a badass dude. I think he's going to play. It's a hip injury, but I'm not a doctor. And clearly, I'm a Tucker Kraft fan.
Maybe he saw Phoenix was out. He's like, nah, that's all right. I'll take the day off.
Yeah, no, you don't want to play the medicine balls from Kirk Cousins. What a bum. Who's a nice play at wide receiver this week? Slayton, Coleman, Calvin. You just stop right there. It's Keaton Coleman. You're going to say Slayton, I think. But
PPR, I'd probably go Slayton.
Yeah, I'm going Coleman. Ride the wave one more time, baby. Josh Allen didn't have to throw last week. The other 2 matchups are really tough. Keon Coleman will be just fine, fellas.
We're 8 weeks into the season. He's got 1 usable fantasy start.
It's fine. He'll be fine. Just keep on saying that. Trevor, yeah, you get the Discord, man. Link is in the description for the Patreon. And if you just go to my YouTube channel, it's also on that by the Instagram and Facebook links. You sign up for a $5 package if you want to get the bets, $2 if you want to get the Discord, and I'll send you an email. I'll send you the proper email this time, as long with the other fellas, and you can get in there. I'd love to have you, Trevor. Michael, with Barkley on bye and Scat out, I have to start Kenneth Walker. Should I start him or Knight?
Oh,
ooh,
and I'd probably start Bam Knight, realistically.
I'm still starting I'm going to start the Tiny Dancer, and maybe I'm just saying that so I can play the clip. But no, I'm going to give Kenneth more chance.
I don't know, man. Like, Bam Knight is given opportunity. This whole thing with Michael Carter was very weird. He's probably going to get activated again. It just seems like it was just but Kenneth Walker has literally the coaches are like, get to the 10, you go sit in the locker room. We'll tell you when we're done. Like, either getting a touchdown or not.
Stafford, May, or Herbert this week? Stafford's against he's got the Saints. Yeah, I haven't looked at next week yet. I'm still basking in my 19. I was 19-5 this week in fantasy, so I'm still basking in that. I think it's Drake May. Is it Drake May no matter what? Like, is that just the answer right now?
Atlanta's defense, but Miami just ran roughshod over them. They kind of exposed Atlanta's defense, who we thought was pretty good. Yeah, I would go with Drake May. I like Matthew Stafford, but I don't know. Does this seem like a Kyren Williams kind of revenge game? Like Matthew Stafford throwing for 5 touchdowns. Are we going to get like 180 and no touchdowns from Stafford this week because they're going to swing back in the other direction?
That might be the case, and Kyren Williams is one of the guys I'm looking at for my bets this week because like they haven't been using him coming off a bye week. I think it's a heavy Kyren week. Jay said I also joined, but I have to upgrade. Do I have to upgrade? If you did free, you have to upgrade. But if you did even the $2 one, I'll get you in the Discord because I'm a nice guy. $5 gets you access to the early bets, the private chat with the early bets. Otherwise, you have to wait for the videos to come out hour or two before the game. I might have sent you the wrong link too, Jay. I don't know. I'm going to go through that when I get off here and take care of all you guys. My bad. I got a lot going on, man. This is a lot to manage this show. It's a lot. Mark says, yeah, you need to sign up for the Patreon to get in the Discord. Link in the description. Hell worth it. Thank you, Mark. Mark's the man. Should I trade Brees and Brian Thomas for Bucky and Pittman Jr.? Who do you want? Bucky? Do you want Bucky and Pittman?
Yeah, I do. I do want Bucky and Pittman. Hopefully, after the bye week, things get back to normal. This is another situation where they should have just put him on IR. Like, I don't know whose fault that was. Trainers, doctors, coaches, Bucky's own fault, but I'm hopeful that he's back. Sean Tucker is probably a reasonable pickup right now, just in case Bucky's injury is more long term.
Do you remember your slander on the Colts receiver room and in particular Michael Pittman on our show? We had a 10-minute argument about it.
I remember everything.
And you said huh?
I remember everything.
Yeah, and I would try to tell you Michael Pittman had multiple 96-yard catch seasons, and you're like, he's a bum. You didn't say he's a bum. You said he was an average player. Can you just on air own up to that, please?
I'll
just say you were wrong.
Yeah. Let's see it. Let's see where that is at the end of the season. Let's. How about that?
Yeah, I know. I'm just fucking with you, Story. I love you.
No,
we're not the counselor though. We also call each other out on our wrong calls, right?
No.
Not only like we call ourselves out, but also I'm gonna suck you off on your right call, Story. Tyler Warren, Jonathan Taylor.
Pittman is playing very, very well. Daniel Jones is playing very, very well. Alec Pierce and Josh Downs is still kind of a rotation there. So the overall wide receiver room is a little shaky. But yes, Pittman is just playing incredibly well. Is he top 15?
You see the catch? You see his touchdown catch, dude? It was a man touchdown catch, dude. Like one-handed, like guy draped all over him. It was unreal. BA said he's about to sign up too. Hell yeah, man. Again, link in the description. I'm going to make sure I organize all that tonight and send you the proper ones. We have like 14 people in there. We have 52. I have some free guys in there. All the OGs that were listening from the beginning are just not, I don't have to get the Patreon. But yeah, it's popping, baby. And there's a lot of good shit. The Discord it's this show essentially 24 hours a day. We're not on there in video, but we're in there in spirit. And I'm in there all the time texting, and 50 people start sick questions, memes. It's a fantasy group chat essentially for this show. And it's very positive, which I love. And Mark's the man. Mark, I can't thank Mark enough. Again, Mark's been on the show twice now, been crushing. What a nice guy he is. Wally, what's going on? Story is finally back. They all missed you, man. It was 9 days, dude.
Right, nice. Hey, Wally, what's going on, man?
BA, trade my Olave and Spears for Judkins and Pollard. Only have Jacobs, Kenneth Walker, Spears at running back.
Olave and Spears for Judkins and Pollard. Olave and Spears for Judkins and Pollard. Judkins.
So I'm guessing he needs running backs. He needs running backs, though.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he has good receivers. I would do that because I want Judkins over Olave, even though we love Olave. Give me the running back, and then Pollard and Spears. Like, that's the same thing. So it's essentially Judkins for Olave.
Yeah. God, if you need a win this week, I wouldn't do it because Judkins is on bye. So if you absolutely need to win,
week 10.
Yeah. I would put it at 50-50 right now that he plays in week 10. So if you're comfortable and you can wait a couple weeks, then I think it's a really good trade. If you need a win, then I would pass.
Campbell says again, what's up, Campbell? I have Jacob. Should I drop Pacheco for Wilson instead of Hunt? Is that record related? If you need a couple wins, it's got to be Hunt. Got to be Hunt.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think Hunt is a really good play for the next 2 weeks. A really good play. They're not ready to unleash Brashard Smith. We might see some more usage down the line, but what we saw even after Pacheco went out last night, they're not ready for Brashard Smith to take a heavy workload. They like Kareem Hunt a lot, and they like him on the goal line.
What do you think about Pacheco's timeline? Because, he's coming off the massive leg injury last year. Now we have another one. I don't know if it was the same leg or not. I'm sure you do. But 1 to 2 weeks. He's going to miss this week, and they have a bye week. So essentially that would be 2 weeks. He'd come back in week 11. But I could see him holding him out week 11 for week 12 because they're rolling right now, Story.
Yeah, it's an MCL sprain, I believe, which it's the same leg that he dealt with previously. That's a concern. I would say minimum 3 games missed. Week to week is never a good sign. So when did you say their bye week is?
Week 10.
10. So week 9, 10, 11. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be prepared that he wouldn't be coming back until at least week 13. But, these things, we saw what happened with Brock Bowers, right? He came back way too early, and he was effective for 3 games in a row before they're finally like, all right, enough is enough. We'll shut you down, let you get healthy. But the problem is Pacheco hasn't looked all that good. He looked better last night, but he hasn't looked all that good since the beginning of this year anyway. So I'm not sure how much you want for Pacheco.
We have, let's see. Mark says November 9th is a trade deadline. So that's before week
early.
10. Yeah, it is. Chargers D versus Titans or Jags D versus Raiders. Those are good options. I think I'm going to go Chargers.
I'm going to go Chargers.
I like their D better.
Yeah, nobody's been sacked more in the NFL than Cam Ward, and nobody's taken more pressures than Cam Ward. Nobody's taken more or has more interceptable passes than Cam Ward. It's been a rough start for our guy there.
Your call. You had his yards number for your season-long bets.
Yeah.
He could still hit that. Hey, he had 264 yards.
He could hit it with garbage time.
So Chilltown likes to. We've had a string of trollers on here just saying things that I don't think I said and just being kind of rude. But he says you told me to drop Travis Hunter and now I'm regretting dropping him. I don't think I told you to do that because I love Travis Hunter and it depends on who it was for. But I don't think I would have told you to strip drop in a 12-team league. I didn't drop him anywhere. So I tell you guys to do what I do. So I didn't drop him anywhere.
Yeah, I might have told you to drop him. I didn't, but I never had an opportunity to drop him personally. I never drafted him anywhere because, again, I'm not really enamored with the college production like everybody is. I regret dropping players too. If I did, it's a mistake. It looks pretty good right now. Let's see where it is in a few weeks. If he's still progressing, then yeah, I made a mistake, and that's going to happen.
Oh, maybe you. I don't think you did either. I don't think we would endorse on the show. He was a hold. He was always a hold. They had a weekend bye. Travis Hunter's going to be a wide receiver 1. Travis Hunter's not going to be a wide receiver 1 in fantasy. You still want Brian Thomas over him, right?
I do, but I'm not. I don't really like the way Trevor Lawrence looks this year. I'm fine passing on basically any Jaguars.
I can see that. Rob, how's it going? Got offered to trade Kittle, Jacoby Myers, and Monty for DK, Kenneth Walker, and Mark Andrews. What's your thoughts? What side do you want? Kittle, Jacoby Myers, or Monty?
I mean, Jacoby Myers,
DK. You want Kittle?
I do want Kittle, and I want Monty. Like DK, we're still waiting. Yeah. Right? We're still waiting for the production to kind of match the talent there. Kenneth Walker is so frustrating, just the way that they're using him. And again, I know that Mark Andrews being back helps, or Lamar Jackson being back helps Mark Andrews, but I think that upgrade from Andrews to Kittle is such a really good step up.
Damn straight. Would you drop the Broncos for the Rams? Man, Broncos defense has been kind of inconsistent. But I still think they're an elite defense. But now they have no Surtain for 3 or 4 weeks. You just want to roll with the Rams because you have the great matchup this week? Because you have the elite smash this week, right?
I mean, the Broncos are playing the Texans this week, and I know that they look better. Oh, man. Like, I hesitate to say, yeah, run with it. Let's look at the schedule. Las Vegas, Kansas City, then a bye week, Washington, Las Vegas. Man, oh, man, I don't know. Is there a way you can roster 2 defenses? Otherwise,
I don't want to do that.
You're going to be streaming then. Like, the Ram, like, how many times? I don't know. Like, it shucks first start. Yeah, I think I would do it. I think you got to say goodbye to the Broncos.
Jay, if you're still in here, I'm going to get to that tonight. Don't worry, man. By 1:30, whenever I get off, I'm taking care of that first. So I got you. We love Tucker Kraft. I have running back depth. I have Bijan, CMC, and Gibbs. Should I trade Bijan for Kraft? No. Don't do that. No. You got
to get something better than that.
Don't you just keep your guys. If you can start all 3 of them, why would you do that? And if you can't, then get a wide receiver and a tight end or something.
If you wanted to trade Bijan, who's an amazing fantasy asset, for a wide receiver straight up, which wide receivers would you be willing to accept for? Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Yeah, St. Brown, probably not even. Maybe Puka, maybe CeeDee Lamb, maybe Jamar Chase. Maybe. I want the running back, bro. I want the running back.
I'm with you. I'm just saying, like, if you were desperate need and someone's like, all right, here's Justin Jefferson, would you do that for Bijan? Probably not, right?
No, I got questions there, buddy. I got questions there, man. A lot of questions. All right, Ray's actually going to hop on here in a minute, I think, and we'll do a little threesome. It'll be fun. Also, we do have, I think he's coming on here. Let me, I'm going to say this. We're going to be a little behind on comments. We're already 20-something minutes behind on comments. So we're going to do our best. But I do still have the Beer Chug fundraiser, man. I'll do whatever the hell it is, man. Five super chats. If you want to get your question answered quicker, I will just chug a lug of beer and we spend a lot of time on every question. Actually, that's our problem story is we don't give yes or no answers on this channel.
Trying to give people some insight so they can make better informed decisions, right? I get people want their questions answered, but trying to get some of the thought process behind it.
100%. And I'm just going to show this video just to give the guys a preview that haven't seen it. I mean, I'm going to have my shirt on in this one, but.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Seen that before? We talked about it. That's the bar by your house, right?
Yeah. Love it. Thoughts on dropping Rashad White and pick up Charbonnet? Who do you want as a stash? It's Sharp because he's more playable now with Bucky coming back. And we assume Bucky's coming back, right?
We assume Bucky's coming back, but how quickly he was ruled out last week, I don't know about that. Rashad White is such a really valuable asset. He's a top 20 running back when Bucky's out. They need him, though. Like, they need Bucky. Like, you saw how – I don't want to say inept, certainly not inept, but you saw how kind of flailing at times the Tampa Bay offense was. Like, Igbuka looks like he's still dealing with an injury. They need this bye week to get right, and hopefully Bucky can come back because they definitely need him.
Hunter, I traded away Dart, my bench quarterback, and Dobbins for Bowers and Jacoby Myers. Yeah, you won that trade for sure.
Yep.
You got that. I mean, again, there's the worry. There is. Am I frozen on here?
You're frozen.
Hold on a second. Give me a second. You can still hear me though, right?
Yep.
So there's the worry that Brock Bowers is going to be nothing the rest of the year, but we don't care because the upside of Brock Bowers is elite. So we want that. Jennings or Downs off waivers. I think I want Downs, man.
Really? I know it was just a concussion. So, but like a bit of a rotation between him and Alec Pierce.
I know, but you also have Pearsall coming back at some point. We think. I don't know what the hell's going on there.
Yeah,
but Kittle's back. Like, give me Downs, baby.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, let's go with Downs.
What's up, boys? If London plays, need to know who to flex, Kittle or Tet. He's got London, Waddle, Warren, full PPR, so you're good there. Man, I think I'm just gonna say Kittle because it's full PPR, so I do like the receiver usually. Give me George Kittle in I think another bounce back game. He had a touchdown last week, didn't look great. If Brock Purdy's back, it's definitely Kittle. Do you agree?
I mean, Tep had 7 for 99 in a game where they scored 9 points. Like,
yeah,
Kittle goosed you 2 weeks ago. Like, I'm gonna go with Ted. I'm gonna go with the wide receiver. Like, Ted McMillan looks like he's really integrated into this offense. 10 targets last week. I know they were thrown to keep up, but how often are the Panthers going to be leading?
I think you convinced me. Here's what I'll say. You need to trade one of those tight ends because you can get a lot of value. And I think I would trade Warren right now because his value is higher than Kittle, and I kind of would rank him back to back. So whoever you can get more for, trade that tight end and do a 2-for-1. Trade Waddle, who just had a big game. Trade Waddle and Warren and try to get yourself a Nico Collins, or maybe even shoot higher than that. Something like that is what I say.
What's Nico Collins' status for?
He'll be good. That was he was ruled out because it was a Monday night game, and those if you have a short week and you get a concussion, they almost never play. So I think if he had it on Sunday, they said that he had a chance to play, so he's fine.
Yeah,
while he's dropping the Bucks kicker.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to drop the Bucks kicker too. Like we're gonna have to drop the Bucks kicker. Like our league is effed, man. We are like scraping the bottom. Like right now, we don't have a third wide receiver because Wilson's on bye, Smith is on bye, Igbuka's on bye. So we gotta figure something out here.
Yeah, we got to chat for the show and figure that one out. You know, a lot of fantasy, the fantasy footballers, they would be talking about their league for like a 30-minute stretch here, but like that's not what we do here. We are 5-3 now, right?
Or
4-4. Okay, but we have like really high points.
Second most amount of points scored. Yeah. Well, I just want to get it on your radar. But yes, Benson is a really great IR stash. He should step back into that running back role when he's healthy.
100%. Max says the reason Drake May is getting compared to Josh Allen because he's doing this year what Josh did last year. Well, no, he's ahead of the curve for what Josh Allen was, and it's the body type, it's the play style, it's the leadership, he's a tank, it's all those things, and he's 1 year ahead of where Josh Allen was at this point of his career, and that's why Drake May is doing and he has nothing on. It's similar to what Josh Allen had, right? No receivers. And, Josh Allen doesn't have much around him, or Drake May doesn't have much around him, this year. And he's just crushing right now. He's absolutely crushing. He's not raw at all. He was supposed to be raw coming out. He makes some mistakes, yes, but Josh Allen is making more mistakes his second year in the league.
I mean, he's playing very, very well. Look at everything that he's accomplished. And I was hoping that Diggs would kind of take that next step when he's back. It's kind of still a little bit to be seen. But, yeah, Drake May is playing very, very well.
Wally, I haven't looked into next week too much, so I can't get into kickers, but Pop that one in the Discord and we'll go over it. I've also had a really rough kicker. He wants to know what kickers are good for this week.
For like this week or the following week? Because you said you haven't looked into next week.
Yeah, next week, as in week 9.
So this coming week.
Yes, this coming
week.
week. You know
I bet Joshua Carty's out there. With Joshua Carty, Brandon McManus is probably pretty good. Jason Myers, right? Seahawks kicker. Those are 3 names right off the bat. And then we just talked about the Patriots, Andres Borlagas. Like the guy is playing very well as well.
Aaron Jones worth a pickup? Absolutely. Jordan Mason's dead. I take the L on that one. I thought he'd be awesome, even with Aaron Jones playing early in the year. And he did look good the first couple of weeks, and he looked good the first week he was starting. It's been awful. So Aaron Jones is almost I'd say top 24 option in PPR, especially. Yeah, and Seahawks defense story. Set it and forget it. They're a top 3 defense, right?
They are a top 3 defense. Are they a top 3 fantasy scoring defense though? Because there's a big difference.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, they're the number 1 fantasy scoring defense.
Okay. Then yeah. Go nuts. Let them sit there forever. When's their bye week?
Shit. It's this week.
Oh no, it's this week.
Yeah. That's why I'm not dropping them.
It was last week.
Oh, because I still have them. So sweet. Lions defense on the wire. A good rest of season. They're average, right? A little above average.
Not. I mean, you'll be able to play them in stretches against like teams like the Bears in particular, and I think they play the Steelers coming up. But this week is a really good matchup for them. So they might be like, oh, win you your week because they're playing the Vikings and it's JJ McCarthy back.
Ooh, that's nice. GT dropped $70 FAAB on Tracy. Bijan, Monty, Sharps is who he's had. And 100%. Drop it all. Drop all of your FAAB if you have that team. All of it.
Monty Sharps, yeah. 69. Giving it a nice 69.
Ooh, that's a good number. I like that number. James Bonham, the 7-1 team I beat last week has had 1 handcuff stash all season, and of course it's Tracy. Well, that guy's smart. That's bullshit because I'm a guy that stashes 6 handcuffs, and sometimes I get nothing all year.
Ray Davis.
He'll be fine. I held on to Ray Davis in more spots than I would like to admit with the bye week in week 7, but he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
I mean,
who do you want? Sorry, go ahead.
He has fallen to 3rd in that depth chart, though.
No, Ty Johnson's not a starting running back. He's a third. He's a scat back, man.
And just looking at the usage metrics, and Ray Davis is not getting the same usage that he was getting at this point last year, so it's a bit concerning.
Pick up Booty or Troy Franklin. Franklin has more volume. Booty's scoring more touchdowns. Who do you want in that discussion?
And Franklin is going to be the safer option, especially with Marvin Mims banged up right now. But Booty's definitely got the higher upside, I think, in that offense. So if you want upside, I'd go Booty.
Caleb, that's supposed to be Caleb with a C, not Caleb Johnson. He's dead to the world. Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, or Brock Purdy. Rest of season and this week. Is it Jordan Love?
I think it's Jordan Love, especially with the Jacobs news and the fact that he's kind of playing through dings and bruises. Their schedule looks really good, especially their adjusted schedule for quarterbacks. Getting Christian Watson back, he's going to get Jaden Reed back. Tucker Kratz is an absolute animal. Yeah, I go with Love. And Caleb Williams is playing poorly. Like he's just playing very, very poorly right now.
Yeah, Joe, this is a Kevin Durant Seattle jersey, by the way. Ramondre or Knight? It's Ramondre for the rest of the season value, right?
Yeah. I know he had a down week last week, but Ramondre's the guy there.
CK says 12-team keeper league, no IR spots. Do I even think of dropping Scatabo? Scat is a keeper eligible.
Well, where are you keeping him?
You have the same issue. It's probably 10th round, right?
Oh, man, I do have the same issue. I'll tell you, this is a 10-team league and I'm gonna be able to keep him in the 12th round next year. 3 is a no-brainer. I'm gonna slot him in the IR. The problem is like I'm rotating through injuries on that team too. Like I got Amari Hampton on that team, and he was gonna sit in the IR spot. If you give him up where you like how many bench spots? Like if you have 5 bench spots, I don't think you can hold on to him.
No, you might have to drop him, especially if it's only for a 10th rounder because the injury, we don't know. We just don't know. Trevor, is Coker a legit option for wide receiver 3? And then he also says Coker over Ayuk. We want Coker over Ayuk, right?
We do want Coker over Ayuk. Let me go back to that keeper question. What I do though, for everybody who's listening, what I do in week leading up to week 16 is If I know if like I'm out of that league or if I got my wife like set Sunday morning, like I'll go through and I'll find all those injured guys and I'll just scoop them up and drop bench players that aren't going to crack the roster and just have them for options for next year. You never know.
James Bond, I need to manage the week 10 bye. Surely I go for Samson if I can't get Monungai or Tootin. Less confident about Tank. What are your thoughts on Samson? Because Samson's in the same boat as Tank Bigsby. We don't know about this Judkins injury, so.
No, we don't know about the Judkins injury, but I'm more concerned about Judkins' injury than I am about Saquon Barkley's injury. He was ruled out very, very quickly in that game, unlike Saquon Barkley, who looked like he wanted to get back in there. The bye week is certainly going to help. Samson is the clear lead back in that offense as long as Judkins isn't playing. Jerome Ford is a complete afterthought. There's also rumors that he might get moved to a contending team. So, yeah, I mean, if you can't get Tootin or Monungai, Samson is the guy. He'll be playable. It is a bad offense. Like I think Monungai is probably a better pickup because at least he's playable now in a slightly better offense.
Would you rather drop Pacheco or Mooney to pick up Tracy? I think it's Mooney for me. I got nothing there for Mooney.
Yeah, I heard people talking about Mooney being like a top 15 play last week when Drake London got rolled up, which
Kirk Cousins.
I just found it wild. I'd drop Mooney. Like I'd rather have the running back.
Tracy, Scary Terry, Charbonnet, or Myers. Who's more valuable as a pickup? That's nice to get. It depends what you need. Terry McLaurin if you need a receiver. Tracy if you need a running back. Those are all really good options. Myers is the one I don't want at all.
Yeah, I agree with that. Tracy is, if you like gun to my head, I'd probably go Tracy.
Where are you ranking Rico Dowdle this week against with the comments and everything we talked about against Green Bay? Is he top 24?
Yeah,
some of the bye weeks,
but
not like top 15, right?
No, I think he's like 20. I think he's like right at that 19, 20, 21 spot. Like we have to take it with a grain of salt, certainly, because it's coach speak. But we also have to look at what Rico Dowdle has done the last 4 weeks, even with Chuba Hubbard, and he's very clearly the more productive back.
What do you think about New England's defense against the Falcons this week? I think it really depends. If you get London and Penix back, it's less appealing to me. If you get London out and then you have Kirk Cousins playing again, that might be as good as the defense as we were talking about with the Rams and Packers, right?
Yeah, I've got New England's defense in a couple of places, and I always stay up late, till 2:30 in the morning to see about making defensive moves. And I'm probably going to hold on to New England and hope that Penix bone bruise is a little worse than expected. The problem is I also have like Drake London in a bunch of places, so you're kind of hedging against yourself. I don't know, like the fact that they could pick off Kirk Cousins like 3 times gives me some hope. What I would do is I'm going to hold. And if Penix plays, then I'm going to find another defense. Like I know it's a little rough streaming defenses this week, but there are some options out there.
Always. Travis Hunter or Tez Johnson?
It's got to be rest of the season, right? Because Tez Johnson isn't playing this week.
Yeah, rest of the season.
Yeah, Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, right?
Yeah. We don't. I'm actually have concerns that Godwin's going to come back, but Evans should be back eventually. Igbuka's going to get healthy over the bye week. Bucky Irving's going to come back. Cam Johnson's still rotating in there, and Jalen McMillan should be coming off IR here pretty quickly.
McMillan will be coming back. Adams isn't coming back until Evans isn't coming back until like the fantasy championship game at earliest.
Oh, okay.
Like, he gone, bro, and he might be back in the real playoffs for sure. But
that's right.
Why would they bring him back?
He broke his.
Yeah, he gone. Would you start? You always just assume with Mike Evans it's a hamstring injury, right?
Yeah, that's what I assumed it was.
Would you start Tet, Chase Brown, T. Higgins, or Addison as a flex?
Probably T. Higgins.
Man, I'm thinking Chase Brown, but
yeah,
I don't know, dude, against the Bears.
Yeah, I'd probably go with T. Higgins.
I think the answer is it's not Addison. That's the answer. It's not Addison. And then you can kind of go either way. T. Higgins is the upside play.
Mm-hmm.
Tet is probably your floor play. He's getting 8 or 9
targets.
Okay.
Let me actually, I would go Tet if Joe Flacco gets ruled out. So he's dealing with a shoulder injury too.
Oh yeah.
If he's ruled out, like you got to stay away from those Bengals altogether, and you got to go Tet.
Browning, baby. Browning.
If Joe Flacco's playing, then he loves throwing balls to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. So
Damn straight. BA, my receivers are Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, Waddle and Olave. My running backs are Jacobs. Is that Kenneth Walker and Spears?
Supposed to be Kenneth Walker,
yeah. That's why I'm pausing on that one. To complete the question, full PPR, 10-man. I'm 4-4. I don't know what the question is. Let's just say, is he looking to trade someone? Who could he trade? I would say Olave is the easy trade target there. Trade Olave. As we love Olave, he is like wide receiver 10 in PPR right now. He needs to, with Tyler Shuck, and he had a nice little rapport with Rattler. It looked like.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what it's gonna be with Chuck.
Trade Olave. Barring that, I'd trade Waddle. I think there's a little bit of smoke and mirrors there. Keep chatting. I gotta go plug my phone in.
Oh man, you're gonna leave me. I don't know if I can do this by myself. I could try. I never done that before. Max says, Rob, remember when Josh Downs is a must roster and play? I do remember the guy spamming the chat. Market says 6-2, 12-man full PPR. May Love. Trade ideas. Who could you trade here? Trade Love. I would trade Love, and I would trade Fannin. Try to trade those two. Try to trade one of your onesies and something else and upgrade because you have two solid choices. Again, 4 more subs for 2,600 subs. We need 2,600 subs for the end of the show. If you're not subbed, what are you doing? 7 shows a week on this community story. The guest. We might have Big Ray hopping on here. We have 7 different guests. Always me as the host, but I toss a lot their way, and you get different perspectives on the show. Also, join the goddamn Patreon. Get in the Discord. This chat goes all night long. Awesome stuff, and they're awesome people in there. Appreciate everyone. What do you guys think about Olave and Shaheed for Genty? I mean, I want Genty because I think Genty's gonna. What are your thoughts on Genty, Story? It's going to be better, right? They're going to have to come out of the bye and maybe be like, hey, passing the ball with Geno ain't working.
Yeah.
We got to just give the ball to our rookie.
You have to hope that they made some adjustments, but I'm trying to find Genty, trying to claw him away. The problem is you probably should have done that before the bye week because everybody's excited to get Genty back because they didn't have him. They're probably dealing with bye weeks, and they might have started like Nick Chubb last week or something along those lines.
There's no way Dylan Gabriel should be starting over Shedeur. And we're not Shedeur fans, but Dylan Gabriel is Wario. He is awful. Like he's so small and so bad. And you saw that their wide receivers last week combined for 2 catches for like 7 yards.
Yeah, there's nothing worthwhile in that offense. And like, I shouldn't say that. Judkins is obviously worthwhile if he's healthy. But their game script, like he can get game scripted out. Fannin and Njoku, like they cannibalize each other's touches. That's a problem. Like when Njoku was out, Fannin's an easy top 6 play. I think top 8 play probably. But if they're both together, if it's a problem. And Dylan Gabriel's awful, just awful.
Hey, Story, do you remember when you said Jerry Jeudy be the biggest bust in fantasy, and I kind of scoffed at you? See, I don't just call you up for the bad shit, baby.
I don't remember that, but that does sound like something.
Oh, you were like, because I was trying to. I think he's a value, especially early in the year with Joe Flacco, because all the targets and everything. And you're like, dude, absolutely not. Want nothing to do with him. So a lot of people were high on Jeudy this year. Not like draft wise. He was 6th, 7th round, right? Like going around a Doomsday, just because the targets. And you were the most right man in the world on that one. And I want to pull up the clip and I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
MVP says Justin Jefferson and Sutton for Judkins and Warren. Half PPR. What side do you like? Is that going to be Jalen Warren? We assume probably Jalen Warren.
I mean,
maybe 2 receivers for 2 running backs.
It could be Tyler Warren. Like that's tough to say. If it's
I want JJ. That's JJ. You're getting buying low on JJ and Sutton.
Especially with the injury. I don't know. I'm not really, like I said, Pittsburgh looks a little lost right now. I don't know. How did Jalen Warren end up last week? Like, what was his stat line? I know
not that great. It was efficient, but it was like 9 points, I think.
Okay, so yeah, that Steelers offense, I kind of want to get away from stuff there. 13 for 62, and then God, remember when he was like a PPR machine? He had 2 catches on Monday or Sunday. Like that's rough.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, no, give me the Justin Jefferson side.
Buy or sell Bucky. This is a buy for us, right?
Yeah, it's a buy. I mean, that offense needs him. They are not as good with Bucky on the sideline, so you got to hope that injury is just getting cleared up.
Is Michael Wilson playable against Dallas this week? I mean, define playable. I think he's He's going to be out there a lot of snaps. He's been out there a lot of snaps all year. I love Michael Wilson in best ball. He's given me 1 touchdown all year. It's been awful.
Yeah, in a pinch. Is that the night game or the Monday game? I can't remember.
That's a 3 o'clock game.
Okay. Yeah, in a pinch, I think he's playable, but you got to remember Kyler Murray's coming back this week, and he's bad. Like, I think there's better options out there than Michael Wilson.
You talking about this Kyler Murray?
Kyler, you still
Murray?
injured? Ooh, yeah, real injured, coach.
Kid, I make millions. You're sitting in your mom's basement eating Doritos and Mountain Dew.
You playing Call of Duty again?
Just 5 more minutes,
I'm
coach.
cutting off your screen time.
No!
I saw that today as well.
We got Big Ray. We got Big Ray in the house. What's going on, man?
What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, Ray?
What's up, Story? How you doing?
You know, fighting a cold, but I'm here.
He's back.
I'm here. Back in the great state of Illinois.
And me
Jason
too.
says,
I was just in Florida, so I get it.
You were both in Florida. You guys were both in Florida, man.
Beautiful though.
Now you're all tan and looking handsome, and I'm just all pale and fat over here. It is what it is.
I guess
Jason, who
this
is a
was bad.
diehard Bucks fan, says, "Do I keep McLaughlin and drop Golden
What's up,
for a kicker?"
Wally?
I think I'm dropping Golden and keeping the number 1 kicker in fantasy
What's
right
up,
now.
Mark?
Right?
I doubt that I'm gonna drop Golden.
Dude, Matthew Golden sucks, bro.
I'm done with Golden, bro. This is not his year, man. He's done. Like for
right
now.
I got out from under him very, very quickly. I was like after week 3, I was like, I gotta get rid of this guy. But dropping him to hold on to
Hilltown, it's gotta be
like,
Rob. Sorry.
like there's got to be some value to Golden versus a kicker. Like you could still possibly get Chase McLaughlin after the bye week too.
Oh yeah, for a kicker, that's definitely
Like what if Watson hurts himself again and
Right.
What's his name? Not Dubs, the other guy there. The other little guy there.
Wicks.
Yeah, Devonta Wicks stays hurt. Jade Reed has a setback. Like they might have to force him in. I know they're not trying to force him in a role. They might have to force him in a role. Like I would like rostering two kickers. That's like fantasy. To me.
I just want to say thank you for not mentioning if Tucker Kraft gets hurt, because I will come to your house right now and shoot you in the fucking face.
That's fair.
So like, you don't want to go there.
Wait, Rob. I wish you had our cut with the opening of our one movie podcast with the knife.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the knife. Yeah, I'll give you the knife story. It's been a while. I'll give you the virtual knife.
That's a long ways to go.
Hey, I do have this, the Wand of Trust, boys.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Wand of Trust, man. We had a lot of Wand of Trust. George Pickens was a Wand of Trust player.
Yeah,
all right, gentlemen in the chat.
So was Calvin Ridley. Don't forget that.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn it. Don't bring that up. All right, we're gonna be a little slower getting into chat, so we have a 3-way here. We're gonna reminisce and we're gonna get to all your questions. But it's gonna be a little slower. We're about 20 minutes behind. So if you want to stick around, I will personally, even if we don't get to them, I'll get to them and these guys get off. I'll finish. I'll fucking do that. If not, you want to drop a super.
Hey, real quick. I'm looking at the right away chat here. Bears fan club. Who's the best at fantasy between Rob, Mike, and Ray? I'd be interested to know who has won the most leagues or most fantasy leagues. Well, it's going to be Rob by default, and it will be Rob by default, and it's going to be Rob by default, and it will be Rob by default. Now, and again, it's all the way by default, but it's just because of my leagues. Now, realistically, if anyone wants to know, I'm in 2 leagues with him, and I'm in second place, and he's in first place. We have the same record. He's got more points, and we have the 2 better teams in both leagues. So both of us are separating from the pack per se. In the league,
you've done really well in our leagues together. All I will say, I'm not going to try to,
Rob is better. Rob is better than me. He's better than me. He's better than me. But
I'm at like 58% on Yahoo for my winning percentage, which doesn't sound great, but I've done.
Yeah, I was about to say how many leagues. Yeah, I mean that's a great.
Take a look at this though. These are my Yahoo home leagues this year. These are my 4, 26-6, gentlemen. And these are the leagues I really care about. Like they're all like $250, or like one of them's $150. Unfortunately, actually 2 of them are $150. They're fucking low, but both my leagues are $250. So they're not like huge money leagues for me, but they're all with my friends. And 26-6 is that's working some fools' assholes, right?
I mean, I'll just tell the group I'm 4 leagues. I'm 7-1, 6-1, or 6-2, 5-3, 4-4, and I'm in second place in 1, second place in 3, and I'm hanging in the middle in the last. So I'd say I'm doing pretty well for myself out of 4 leagues.
It looks like I have a 58% career win percentage, 449 wins, 325 losses, 1 tie. Believe it or not.
You have a tie. So that is honestly a story. I've never heard that, and it's honestly a very interesting stat of yours.
I don't remember that either. Like, because
a tie in fantasy, that's honestly impressive, especially if you do the
Story, we're right about the same then. 58%. That's elite. That's elite. I mean, 60% is hard to do for lifetime because you have some bad, some bad years and bad teams. It happens. Injuries.
Yeah. I think your rating's a little.
All right, you want to? Oh yeah, come on, man.
Surely.
We're 20 minutes.
I just saw that. I'm saying I just happened to see that. So she said Bears fan club. So it happened to have all 3 of us in there. I just wanted to call that out.
100%. Yeah. So we're gonna get to all your questions again. It's gonna take a while.
Point,
so be patient.
That's why I said that. Now you'll see that when we're probably off, or you and I are on late. Story will be off. So I just wanted us 3 to talk about that while we're on it.
Yeah. So if you really want your question answered, super chat's enabled, and I'll get to it right away. Otherwise, it's gonna take us a long time to get to all. We will get to all of them. So if you don't stick around, though, unfortunately, you might not hear your question read. Nothing I can do. We have 3 people here, and we're having fun. So real quick on this one, over under 14 points, full PPR for Bam Knight against Dallas. This is over, right?
Over.
I say over.
Yeah, we got over. I need a tight end this week. Dallas Goedert is on bye. Do you think Theo Johnson is a good pickup?
Yeah,
pretty worse, right?
Yeah. Who are they playing this week? I mean, I would say this is a good pick. I'm just quick. Do we know who they're playing? If not, it's a big deal. I'd say this is a decent pickup though. He's a good streamer, right? If you have a bye week of a good, normal top 20 or top 12 tight end.
Yeah, he's a tight end guy, a touchdown dependent guy. But Junkbuster says St. Brown and McBride for Gibbs. Absolutely not. That is way too much.
No, that's way too much.
I want St. Brown and McBride. That's way too much.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, whoa, man. Like, why are you doing that? No, that's.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that at all. Right, Story? I mean,
Mark
that's
says,
no way.
Like, I'm pretty sure St. Brown's like even in general, like pretty much even with Gibbs. So like, you're
right. That's on state exactly. Yeah, right. No,
he's a stud.
If Bowers is active this week, I got to plug him in the lineup, right? I got Otten, but he's on bye. It might be dropping him. Yeah, I mean, you have Bowers, you held on to him. If you don't start him this week, then just trade him. Don't drop him. Just trade him.
Never. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No, he's on track to play, so he's going right back into my lineup this week. You got to hope that he's past that injury. 2 weeks.
Never drop the guy. I mean, he's too talented. I mean, I was going to say in a trash team, but never drop him. Play him when he's healthy.
New England defense or Denver defense this week? Probably New England, but if it's close, I'll just keep Denver and ride with them all year, if that makes sense. I'd rather have New England in a vacuum.
We kind of talked about this. Like, if Penix and Drake London are out, then I'm 100% going New England. If Penix is out, I'm still probably going New England over Denver. And if Penix is back in and London's back in, then probably going to go to Denver.
But again, like I'm with Rob though. If your choice is to have to make the dive to pick one team for the rest of the season, I mean, it's going to be Denver. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that's what Rob was saying. I'm more saying that, like, if you need to win, because we all know, we're in the midst of the season. You need to win. Pick New England, but long term, I definitely continue to go with the Denver if you're in positions to win, or in a good position to recognize.
Who would you rather package with Gatson for Lamar? So Gatson plus Pearsall, Jennings, or Shaheed. So who do you like least here to get Lamar if that's the options?
I mean, if you got both Pearsall and Jennings on your team, get rid of one of those guys. I'd say give me the
Jennings?
one that's more injured, or get rid of the one that's more injured, but they're both like, they got their own thing going on. I would go with Jennings. I would package Jennings. I'm a little more worried about him long term.
My thought is that to secure the trade, you trade Pearsall, automatically just offer Jennings, because if he takes Jennings, we could run to the hills and you get in Lamar. If he scuffles, wants to argue about it a little bit, go Pearsall. But I mean, no matter what, I'm making the trade. I don't give a hell who you're getting out of those 3. I mean, I don't know what you're getting.
That's a good answer. That's the answer right there. Adam says QJ not getting a single look last week and dropping off in general has me wondering if I go Franklin or Booty over him.
Booty.
I think Booty. I'm going Quentin Johnson.
I love my Booty.
Hey, he's against the Titans this week. You're giving Quentin Johnson the look. He's going to catch a deep bomb. Quentin Johnson.
I know. I'm sorry.
I've gone full circle on the show for everyone yelling at me for saying I hate Quentin Johnson when I actually didn't. I just knew he was on a wide receiver
Hey,
And now everyone's saying I'm going to drop Quentin Johnson. You're starting Quentin Johnson this week.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry, you
still
agree?
starting Quentin Johnson. This is a little narratively, but I can't imagine that Quentin Johnson was particularly thrilled with not getting a single look last week. It's the Titans. Their secondary is poor and they're a little beat up. I don't see there's any reason that they wouldn't try to force him the ball downfield.
Yeah, Artwork says Tet McMillan rest of season real quick. Give me a number PPR. What wide receiver are you ranking him rest of season going forward?
I would say I'm going for sure. I mean, he's a wide receiver 2, no doubt. I would say 20 to 10. I mean, that's 10's being super nice. You know what I mean? Like, because I believe in the guy's talent. I'll just say at least 20 to 15, being very conservative with that. But
Yeah,
I believe in the talent though. I'm just saying like he can tread upwards to be a league winner per se. I mean, if that offense figures it out, which is a big if. That's all.
I'll put him in that 16 to 18 range. I like him. I think he's got upside.
Yeah, I like him as well. I'm just saying, yeah.
I just see on the bottom of the chat here, Brick Flair's in here. Blake, media manager. Shout out to you. He was watching the World Series. He fell asleep. I got to shout out this though. Last night, I've kind of renounced baseball. I don't watch it. Again, not watching the World Series is crazy for me. But I just have so much shit going on. Anyways, Shohei Ohtani reaching base 9 out of 9 times. Like, it hit 2 home runs. Like, what are we talking about? Like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
He was the first baseball player to reach base in 7 out of 7. Well, 7 times in a World Series game, and then he went at
9 total bases,
and then a 9th time. Like, it's absolutely wild. Did anybody? Either of you guys stay up to watch that game last night?
Shocking.
You want to hear something funny? I watched from the 14th inning on when the stream ended, and I have that that illegal cable hookup, I guess you'd call it. Like, better than what Jerry was going to get in that Seinfeld episode, but like sometimes it shorts out, and like not shorts out, but it just like lags out for like 40 seconds. It was during Freddie Freeman's at bat. I missed the home run, and then I turn it back on, and like they're all storming the field. And I'm like, I just want to see the replay, right? And then the interview's happening. And then right when they show the replay, it does the same thing for like 10 seconds. So I actually I didn't see the clip yet. Now I'm just like, fuck it. I don't deserve to see Freddie Freeman's Hall of Fame home run, because that's officially putting that man in the Hall of Fame if he wasn't already.
Real quick, I watched it upstate it all. Shocking. Ray just decided to do that. But nonetheless, real quick, I know this is sidebar. Let the Ray approach the bench. And everybody on stream watching us, I just want all of you to be involved on this question, because this is very interesting for me, for all of us involved, to be honest with you. Where is Shohei Ohtani? I'm not necessarily like right now in his run, but including with this run, is he the greatest all-time just individual player you've ever seen? And I'm talking all sports. So we're talking anywhere from Tiger Woods, Jack Nicholson, I'm saying golf. So, we're talking everything. I mean, so Mount Rushmore, I mean, at this point for baseball, we don't talk about Rushmore sports, but just for baseball player, is he the best baseball player that you guys right now would be confident to say that you've ever seen? Because for me, I've always battled for Barry Bonds over Babe Ruth and anybody else. Barry Bonds didn't pitch, and this guy could still just made bases. So it's not even in question. This guy is unreal. Like we are anybody. I don't care if you hate baseball, watch him. This is legendary stuff that you will never be able to talk about ever again. I'm sorry. I hate to go on a rant, but that's just how awesome, how I'm appreciative, because I love baseball. This is just next level stuff for us, to be honest.
I got a comment real quick. I'll get to you, Story, on your take. It's been too short of a run, unfortunately, because it's similar to Ichiro. He played a lot in Japan.
No, that's fine.
So it's going to be hard, his numbers, but in terms of like, almost think of it like a not a Babe Ruth thing, a Bo Jackson thing. Now, Bo Jackson, the numbers weren't there, but it was just the phenomenon that was Bo Jackson, and it was cut short. Now, I'm not saying this is going to get cut short. He might, if he could do this for 5 or 6 more years, I doubt the pitching will keep up. But like in general, it's the 5 or 6 year run. It's in the conversation of the greatest 5 or 6 year run, peak of their powers. It's Michael Jordan-esque, is what I'm going to say. And then when you're talking about Michael fucking Jordan, that's the end of the conversation. You're in the Mount Rushmore. Story, do you agree?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Rick, thank you. I'm sorry. That's all I wanted to get at. Thank you. Sorry, go on. That's sort of what I was getting at. Thank you. So sorry, please. I'm sorry to cut you off, but that's
it's fine. I wanted to.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you. Just Michael Jordan-esque of amazingness. I don't know. I'm sorry. I know. I'm Ray. Sorry. You're right.
Good, man. Don't worry.
No, Rob's not sorry. Rob's just
That was awesome. Sorry, thank you. Story. What do you got?
I was gonna bring up Bo Jackson as well. I think you guys covered it. It's tough to talk like cross sport because you forget how absolutely and utterly dominant that Tiger Woods was during his reign. Like what we're seeing Schefter do now is nothing compared to what Tiger Woods was doing back then, although he's kind of on that trajectory. So, but we might even I don't want to say overstate, but we see Michael Jordan's accomplishments in a greater light because there's fewer people on the court. So he's 1 of 5 versus 1 of 9 for Shohei Ohtani. If he can keep it up, this kind of production for, like Rob said, another 5-6 years, he's absolutely in the conversation. He's already a Hall of Famer. But yeah, God, Bo Jackson was just such an athlete, like the definition of an actual athlete. Yeah, it's tough to argue. Like if you were saying best baseball player of all time, I would say go back and look at some of the guys from the 20s and 30s, like Ty Cobb's probably up there. Babe Ruth is probably up there.
But
Best
you can't with that era. You can't. But you just can't.
Honestly, boys, both of you, I'm sorry. Nobody has been as high of a level pitcher and hitter as Ohtani. I'm sorry. It's just
but nobody.
I'm sorry. Fielding. I'll give you this. Sorry,
okay.
Fielding.
Greg
Fielding
Maddux,
is trash.
The quality and the duration of Greg Maddox's career probably outweighs Shohei in totality.
Story, you don't even have to talk to me. You don't have to. Greg Maddux is a top 3 all-time pitcher for me, if not the best pitcher of all time, and it's not even close. So you don't have to convince me on that.
Bink says that he lost.
Sorry,
today.
moving on.
He would have won. I got a couple shout outs real quick. MVP Phantoms just signed up for the Patreon for a pro subscription. Let me know who that is in the chat. Either way, I'm going to send you an email to this email on Yahoo.
Thank you, sir.
But, let me know who you are so I know who you are.
Welcome.
Also, shout out to Scott. Scott went from a pro to a professional fanatic tier just now. He must have done something right. You are eligible to come on the show, my man. Hopefully you want to do that. Otherwise, there's a lot of other good shit. Appreciate you. We're going to get to some football talk here. Wally, if I can't snag the Chargers, D, Seahawks or Jags? I would
Seahawks all day.
Seahawks, number one Seahawks. Rest of the season. That's what we're talking about.
I didn't drop him in the 10-team league in your league, so.
Yeah, I kept them everywhere I could. I picked up Bam Knight yesterday and traded Bam and Fannin for Debo. Ooh, Debo. I also have Goddard and Hunter Henry, so that's why he did it. What do you think about Debo? Let's just talk about Debo real quick because gross. Gross.
I love the talent. The dude just is unhealthy all the time. I mean, I know he's been pretty healthy this year, but he's also overall, let's just say, when he's healthy for 14 out of 16 games. I know we're at 17 now, but he averages 15 overall. Well, you'll get top 8 to 5, if not bigger production, then you'll get 30 to 40 production 1 week. So it's you got to live with the roller coaster with that guy. So I'm more with the consistency.
Yeah, it looks like Debo's lost a step to me. You look at especially some of those screenplays that they're dialing up for him. It's nice that they're manufacturing touches for him, but he's not hitting the turn as quickly on those screenplays, and that was his bread and butter in San Francisco, was getting the ball in space and letting him make plays happen. He's not breaking tackles at the same rate. It looks like he's lost a step. That offense also looks like it's regressed a little bit, and Dan Quinn is not anywhere near the coach that Kyle Shanahan is. So it's going to be a rough roller coaster with Debo Samuel the rest of the year.
It's not great. Sean says, yo, what up, fella? Just want to celebrate that Pat Bryant TD. Good for you, Pat Bryant. We love him out of U of I. What's your take on Brian Thomas rest of the season? And he doesn't buy the Hunter narrative. And also, how is Jacoby Myers not traded? I'll get to the Myers thing. He will be traded 100%. Then bringing in Tyler Lockett's just weird. If he wasn't going to get traded, they wouldn't have done that. So Brian Thomas rest of the season. Are you guys both thinking he's still a high-end wide receiver too, or are you lower on him? Story, you first.
I'm top 18 with Brian Thomas. So mid-range wide receiver 2 for me. Again, Trevor Lawrence looks bad, and that's a problem there. So I'm not saying that I don't think Travis Hunter has overtaken Brian Thomas in the pecking order. That's still his job right now.
I would just say that I think that Brian Thomas Jr. is for sure. I mean, let's put it this way: you don't give up on the guy unless you can get somebody who's a homer for the guy to get a good value for him. Don't trade low on the guy because I mean, I just think that I think Brian Thomas Jr. is gonna be okay on the long run. I think this Travis Hunter is just trending up slowly in a good way. So I wouldn't say that because Travis Hunter is doing better now that he's gonna become wide receiver 1. I don't believe that.
Who scores more in PPR this week? Downs against Pittsburgh or Spears against the Chargers? PPR. First thing comes to your head.
PPR. So it's not ideal for either one. Spears is getting some passing work, but Pollard is still kind of the 1A-ish there. Spears has increased his usage since he's been back every week. I think I'm going to go Downs. I'm going to, give me Downs. Give me the better offense.
I'm going Downs.
Yeah, I think that Spears has the more upside play, but Downs has more floor.
I think Spears has good rest of the season's value, but for this particular question, I think Downs is the answer.
I will say this. I was watching Matt Harmon, and he did a whole breakdown on how the Chargers defense, you saw what they did to Jordan Mason, which is Tony Pollard essentially, and they're really they're susceptible to getting burned on outside zone runs and outside runs, and that is Tony Pollard. So that would be what I would say. Feather in your cap on that one. And let's move on. James Bond, Godwin, someone worth trying to trade for? No. Godwin will be dropped in a week or two. I wouldn't touch Chris Godwin with a 10-foot pole. I hate that saying, but I just did it.
No, he's radioactive. Oops. The fact that Todd Bowles came out yesterday and he's like, I'm going to give you an update on Chris Godwin. And the update is we'll give you an update later once we know more information. That's not good.
Emiko Buka to the fucking rocket to the moon on that one. Then
if he can stay healthy, like if he can pass that little injury, then sure thing.
No, of course he's got to get healthy for sure. He couldn't jump like Rob said last week. So.
Yeah, he couldn't move too well either. Adam says Jaguars is an underrated defense this week. They definitely are, and here's the caveat here: if you get Devin Lloyd back, then I love the Jaguars play. But that dude is like probably one of the most valuable defensive players on any team. He's the green dot helmet.
Glue.
He's the leader of that defense. He's the glue. He's also a badass player. So without him, there's still a start. With him, I think they are a top 6, top 8 option. Do you guys agree?
Yeah. What's the latest on Devin Lloyd? That linebacker core is not the same with him. Not in it.
Yeah, I haven't heard much. But
I'll go extra. I mean,
they need him.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, so we probably won't hear anything until Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, you're right.
But either way, I would still say they're a top 10 play. Like if you're on, you got a good defense that's on bye, it's a stream-worthy defense.
Yeah, it's the Raiders. It's Geno Smith. Now they'll probably make some adjustments, but it's still Geno Smith. He's still throwing a ton of picks. They're definitely a good streaming play.
This is a tough one. Trade CeeDee Lamb and for Tet and Josh Allen.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Spicy meets a ball.
I love Josh Allen to the moon, man. I love him so much, but I can't do that.
No, I wouldn't do it. Like the stack is going to be too valuable for you in the playoffs.
Our league is 2 keeper, no loss. Yeah, 2 keeper. My God, you can't do that.
Yeah, you got to keep what you got. Good evening. I need 2 wide receivers: Debo, Flowers, Jennings, Dubs for week 9. It's Flowers for sure. And I just want to pull this little graphic up that I have here because I came a little prepared. Look at this, man. Look at this. Zay Flowers is so due for touchdowns and big plays, and it's just been rough. Like he checks all the boxes, man. And I'm excited for having Low at 55 targets this season. He's getting like the majority of the work there. No one else is even close.
Hey,
he
Rob,
looks
real
like
quick,
his eye test is good. What's up?
Where are you getting this next level? Like,
Well,
that's from Twitter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that. Thanks.
Where?
Thanks, Story.
That's Ian Hartnet's. He's really good. I would tell you.
I'm talking in this, right here.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh. I
I
just gotta say this: 3 subs for 2,600. If you're in here, you're not subbed. What are you doing? Look at these guests. Look at this fun time. Look at this chat. 7 nights a week, gentlemen. I pulled, I think, 26 hours live last week, man. And that's what's up, man. GT. Over under Derrick Henry, 0.5 touchdowns, Tua 1.5 passing TDs. It's over on Henry for sure, and probably under on Tua.
Exactly what I would say.
We're all 3 on board with that.
We got Keith. I hate Keith Hernandez. Nice thing is your last name's not Hernandez, so I love you, Keith.
That is one magic loogie.
And the fact they help him move so easily. We'll help you move. Just traded Judkins, Benson,
Pretty
and Tyler
boy.
Warren for McBride and Breece Hall. Judkins, that's too much. Way too much. I want Judkins, Benson, and Tyler Warren.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And Benson's going to come back into that running back one role.
Chill time. This is the last time, bro. Next time you're in here, like, I'm just going to ban you because you keep on saying these one sentence things. I told you to do this. I didn't. And if I did, like, who did I tell you to drop him for? And just lay off it, bro. This chat is huge. Like, I'm the nicest dude ever. I don't get worked up, but like, this is like 4 days in a row. So please stop doing that. If you need to get a life, get laid. Go volunteer at a soup kitchen or some shit. I don't give a fuck. Just please don't do this in my chat.
Is it always about
David says, no, it's always just some stupid shit that I know I didn't say. And if I did, it was to like pick up someone like, trying to think, like a Keenan Allen, someone like good, like not like Jordan Addison or something weird. It wasn't like to pick up Io Manor or some shit. So yeah, just that's one, bro. If you want to stay in here, I welcome you. If you want to get in the Discord, if you want to actually be a part of something and make some money, then yes, you're welcome. You're welcome to be in here. If you're gonna come and troll, I don't like that. PPR, one of my league mates traded Tyler Warren, Harvey, and Jennings for James Cook. I think that's actually a pretty fair trade.
No. Read the rest of it though.
Well, yeah. Do you think the trade was horrible? Should I leave this corrected league? That's not a horrible trade. Who is it horrible for? Tyler Warren is a top 5 tight end, and Harvey has upside, and Jennings is a bum. But if you needed a tight end and you believe in Harvey, I could see someone doing that. I wouldn't do it, but it's not that lopsided, is it, Story?
No, I mean it's a little it's okay. Let me get my soapbox here real quick. Like, let people manage their fantasy football teams the way they want to manage them. If you don't like somebody's trade, that's tough. You should have gotten to that person first. A lot of times people value players differently, and it's arrogant of us to think that we can predict the future. Do I think James Cook is going to outproduce Warren, Harvey, and Jennings in the aggregate over the course of the season? Yes, I do. Does that mean that I'm 100% correct? No, it absolutely doesn't. And this trade could look completely lopsided the other way in 6 weeks. So, yeah, like, there's nothing saying, unless there's clear evidence of collusion, you just have to say, dang it, I should have traded for James Cook myself, and then try to get back into it. That's all you can do. But let people manage their teams. We're all adults.
Real quick, I just want to say I'm with Story on that. I because everybody values everybody differently. I would just say that if you didn't need a running back, then sure, it's trash. But obviously you needed one, so I think it's an even trade, like, overall. So again, I'm with Story. Like what he said, like it's a fine trade. Don't be worried about it.
Bears fan club, I think it's another troll. Why don't you ever share your best team lineups that you have winning leagues? I'm 8-0 in my $500 league. I could share you all my awesome leagues, like 16 that are bye week potential right now. But this is about your fantasy teams. I want to help you guys out. What is me talking about my fantasy teams besides gloating going to do? And that's not why I'm here. I don't need help with my teams. I learn from my teams from this chat. That's why this show is helping me as well. But if you want to see, I did just show it. This is my Yahoo home leagues right now. If you want to see, there's 26-6. That's just straight up fact. And
I think
Ray
because they heard you and I think they heard about you and us talking about our leagues, and they were like, well, I feel like
it's a waste of time. Like, that's what the fantasy footballers do. They spend like 20 minutes talking about their league of record that no one cares about. Like, I want to say this. I care about your guys' fantasy teams more than you should care about mine. Right? Like, where I'm at. I have Tucker Kraft everywhere and George Pickens everywhere. Like, obviously, like, I have some bad teams. I'm eliminated in like 5 of my 25 leagues, but I'm probably going to make the playoffs in 16 or 17, which is my goal. And like, I was taking that as almost like, are you a fraud? Like, you don't show me your team. That'd be like me being like, my betting record is this, and no one sees my bet slips and me not releasing my bets and being like, dude, you didn't tell my bets. You didn't release your bets. I released all my bets. It's all on record. And if you just go back and watch me and Story's 25 episodes, it's all on record, right, Story? Like, we put everything on record. I take a shit, I put it on record.
Anybody wants to hear my teams, you can send me a DM. I'll be happy to send you screenshots. I'll be the first to admit, like, not every one of my teams that's doing well is even because it's a great roster. I've gotten lucky in teams in the leagues. So,
Story, don't you say that. That's part of fantasy. Luck is part of fantasy.
What's the
anybody tell you different?
33%. Yeah, 33%.
So Wale.
Big Ray plus Story equals legendary. Chilltown says, who's better at fantasy, Rob, you or Mike? Who's won more leagues? It's all percentage based, and we don't know. It's different year to year, man. It's hard to even quantify that, but the answer is me. Let's see. I'm kidding. Big Ray the goat. Story is your knowledge is unreal. And I will say this: Mike's Story knows, players more than I do because you're a college football fan. So like these dudes, what college they went to, the 7th round draft picks. Like I get to know them, them before they even hit the NFL field. So like your player evaluations are literally next level.
Oh, and then what are you gonna say? Where does Ray come in?
Ray is the most. You have the most. No. You are the most like. If you have an opinion on a player, it's so strong, and like usually it's right more than it's wrong, and when it's right, it's really right. Like you will take guys that are, if you have the number 1 pick, you will not trade down. You will just take Bijan when he's going 6th overall 2 years ago at number 1, and it actually works out more times than not. So like that was nice
wrong, but right this year in the same league, 2 years later. Well, almost last week, we've been right so far.
I didn't realize I said this. Mr. Friedler says, he pulls out the wand of trust and says, when these guys get off, I'll finish by myself. I think I did say that. So that's what's up. With Scatman going down, do you think Scatabo's injury affects Theo Johnson? Because I'm actually going to go the other way with it, and I'm going to say it's not about Scatabo. It's about the return of Darius Slayton might hurt Theo Johnson.
I'm a little worried that the Scatabo going down is bad for that entire offense. I still think Theo Johnson is a really great play. In fact, I think he gets an uptick because he's going to be a bit more of a release valve for Jackson Dart. Talon Tracy's a great wide receiver or great pass catching running back, but Scatabo, like those two him and Dart had a connection. So I kind of like the ascension of Theo Johnson.
Sorry, can we get a little real more just for the fans out here, a little more real with the connection? That was the bros saving Brian Dable's ass.
Yeah, man. Jackson Dart was visibly upset.
Dude, I felt for him, man. I did too. I mean, hey,
that was literally the reaction of like when you see your dog get hit by a car.
Yeah.
Mark says Bam or Coleman in the flex this week, full PPR.
Bam.
Coleman.
Bam.
I'm going Coleman.
You are high on Coleman this week, and I'm not sure I see it.
Yeah, this week. And the rest of the season too.
Does he have a good matchup? Like what's the why this week versus
against the Chiefs, dude? That's gonna be a shootout. Yeah. Terry McLaurin playing exit just fine.
Terry McLaurin got super lucky on 2 plays, and that's where the vast majority of production.
And are we seriously comparing Terry McLaurin to Keon Coleman? I mean,
that's
is this a joke? What the hell are we talking about here?
Yeah, my bad. All right. Matt says Jennings, Shaheed, Addison, start 2. It's Shaheed and Addison, right? It's not.
Yeah, I say the latter two for me.
Yeah, same.
How cooked is Kirk Cousins from Wally?
No more cooked than anybody else. Anybody in this chat in this whole everybody knows because that dude is over 150 million in the bank. It's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
Fantasy wise, he's definitely cooked though. Don't play him again. Don't do that.
That's why I'm saying like if he plays again, if he gets another start, even with Drake London playing, I'm gonna start New England's defense everywhere.
Yeah, no, yeah, don't do it again. You like that?
Bink says, I was forced to drop Aaron Jones. How much of my FAAB should I drop to get him back? $100 starting. He has 39. Is it all of it? Because
I'd say all of it. Might as well. Yeah, I'd say all of it, man. To be honest, if you really want him back, just do it all.
This was my concern about Jordan Mason at the beginning of the year. Like they like Aaron Jones, and he's the pass catcher there. 5 carries for Jordan Mason, like in a bad game script, it's not a good thing for him.
He's done this until Aaron Jones hurt again. Go in.
Ray, you're going to have an opinion on this one. Bink says we don't have vetoes in my league, but one guy traded Josh Jacobs for Debo. I'm proposing that we add vetoes next year, but only for his trades. No, again, I don't have vetoes in my leagues. What I do is if a team's eliminated or essentially like if they're 1-6, their trades are going to be like I'm gonna like dissect their trades. And this is a dissecting trade. There's no reason in the world anyone would do this. If it was Terry McLaurin, maybe. Debo looks terrible. Like, no, that's a bad trade. You got to veto it. It's got to be like outlawed.
I disagree. I am of the mindset, unless there's collusion, you can't veto trades. We cannot possibly predict the future. So however somebody values, if they desperately need a wide receiver or they are a Commanders fan, anything along those lines, like, as a commissioner, I made the mistake my rookie year as a commissioner. I vetoed a trade, and it was with Chris Johnson, and somebody was giving up something for Chris Johnson, and then blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Like, it was a terrible decision of my part to veto a trade that how arrogant am I to think that I know better than the adults with whom I'm playing? No, I get vetoes out of your leagues altogether. If there's collusion, that's a different story.
What do you got, Ray?
That's why I'm only in leagues with friends of mine, because I know how my friends work. So when I see shit like that, I know what's up right away. I see through it 20 years ago that I ain't letting that happen. None of the rest of people letting it happen. That's why, I mean, to be honest, I guess, okay, I'm sorry. 3 out of my 4 leagues are all my friends. Rob and Rob Squared, Kappa, are the other ones I know, and Balls Deep. Everybody else I don't know, but I mean, there ain't collusion in that league, I know for sure, because it hasn't happened.
I'm not going to let it happen. And Story, you have a good point. Like, it's like, who are we to say? I'm just telling you, like, that's not a gray area trade. That's a bad trade.
Yeah, that's
like Josh Jacobs is a top. Unless this is Josh Jacobs' brother and he knows he actually is playing with like a torn meniscus, that's a bad trade.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing too, right? Debo's healthy again. Josh Jacobs is a little banged up. We saw Emmanuel Wilson get more work, so maybe the guy who is getting Debo is in desperate need of a wide receiver, and he's got an abundance of running backs. Like, again, like, it's arrogant of us to think that we know better than
more.
You're being a nice person. You're being a nice person. You're being a nice person. That's all.
Yeah, you're being nice. He can get Chris Olave or Brian Thomas, right?
Maybe nobody's biting. Like, we don't know the specifics of the league. You're dealing with 12 personalities. Like, it's irresponsible to think as a commissioner that you should be managing other people's teams.
I get it. There's also a point of keeping the legitimacy of the league and not giving someone essentially a free Josh Jacobs. You're getting a top 6 running back for a top 36 wide receiver. That math ain't math and Story. We got to move on though. CK, another Debo thing. Here we go. Trade Debo or Brian Thomas Jr.
Yes,
to upgrade what running back. I mean, I would probably rather trade Debo. You're not going to get as much back, but I have faith in Brian Thomas. I have no faith in Debo right now with how he looks.
Neither. Trade him. Upside, trade him.
You're not. You can get Tajay Spears for Debo.
I think he's definitely lost a step. So I'm fully on board with trading. I don't know what you're going to get for him though. Like,
whoa, hold on. You say that wasn't collusion, but then you say he lost a step.
I'm telling you,
son of a bitch.
I am a man of principle, and my principle is we're playing with adults. It's not my job to manage anybody else's team.
You're right. Brick says, sorry if we talked about it, but Bashard Smith worth the pickup with Pacheco questionable tag. Pacheco's out for 1 to 3 weeks for sure. It's not a questionable tag. He is out. So Bashard is a pickup. I'm not the highest on him, but he's gonna be the rotational number 2 back, and he might get 40% of the work, right? Yeah. Especially against the Bills matchup. Good matchup against the Bills.
It is a good matchup. Like we mentioned earlier on the podcast, they're not ready to give him a full-time role, but he should slide into a nice complementary role to Kareem Hunt. The problem is there's no touchdown upside equity there because Patrick Mahomes loves throwing it around the goal line, and when they don't, it goes into Kareem Hunt. So it's a stash. It's a hold. It's not a pick up and play with Rashard Smith, even with Pacheco out.
Are you saying that the Bears have something to learn for a red zone offense from the Chiefs?
Bears have a lot to learn.
Clearly.
They do. And also maybe don't draft Colson Loveland. Griffin trying to trade for Judkins. Yeah. Oh, and not use him also. Trying to trade for Judkins in my redraft league. Current offer, which I thought was too much, was ETN and Rome for Judkins and Diggs. I want Judkins and Diggs over ETN and Rome.
Yeah, I do too.
Me too. I mean, I would do that if the guy's willing to do it. Pull the trigger. Pull the trigger.
Just got a Buka for McMillan, Gatson, Rashad White. So just got a Buka for McMillan, Gatson, and Rashad White. 3 for 1 there. McMillan, Gatson, and Rashad White for Mbuka. You want to Buka those 3?
Well, I mean, McMillan's a non-factor in this trade, so it's a Buka for Gatson and Rashad White.
No, that's Ted McMillan.
Oh, duh! I did that again.
You love. Dude, I thought I was supposed to say sorry, dude.
You remember our upside floor episode?
Yeah, you did the same fucking thing, bro.
Or like I put a whole thing together on Jalen McMillan.
I know.
Dude,
that's too much, right?
No, I think that's too much for sure. I mean, dude, I'm sorry. You blew my mind. Like, what fucking McMillan? Wait.
Here's what I'll say, Jack. Here's what I'll say. If it's a 10-team league, I'm likely to do this trade. If it's a 12-team league, it's too much. The league's too deep for you to trade 3 startable guys. And Rashad White, yes, is going to be a RB3/4. Still has RB2 upside with injury. And then Gatson is like, he can get more for these guys than Mbuka. Like
Yeah.
if that was for JSN, if that was for Drake London, CeeDee Lamb, guys like that, yes, not for Ibuka. And Ibuka's banged
Right
up
now.
anyway.
Well, right
Hey,
now, I'm maybe
yeah.
2 years now.
What do you guys think the chance Brees Hall gets moved? Give me your quick percentage number right now. It gets moved.
15%.
I would go a little more, like 35.
I'm going 50, bro.
Yeah.
50.
I don't think so. Like,
There you go.
I know it's
Well,
NFL,
here's my thing on Brees Hall. They have been showcasing him, and they don't need to. Like, everybody knows what Brees Hall is. If they were planning on moving him, don't you think they would keep him on the shelf a little more to try to preserve his health?
that's what I was saying, and then they did not do that. But maybe they were, and Mike Levelstein said that they were showcasing him, which I don't think he needs to be showcased. I gotta get to Sean's comment here. Rob, you called it Cam Ward over 4.5 rushing yards. He had exactly 4. And I gotta say this: he actually no. He actually had more. He had a bad snap, hit him in the face mask, and then he got called for a -3 yard rush, which should have been a sack if you ask me.
I saw that.
That's why he lost it. He had a 7-yard rush. He won the bet. And then, either besides that, he had so many chances to run this game. The dude refuses to run. Never again until next week. I'll probably bet it again. I think.
Until next
I'll
week.
keep betting every week.
Until next week.
At some point, he's going to start running again.
No, I'm not going to bet his actual line. I'm going to sprinkle his plus 20. It's 25 plus every week at like $20. It'll be like 5 to 1. I'll win my money back because like when he does, he will run, and he's capable of rushing. Breaking off a 17-yarder. And then he'll finish with 17 yards because he has 1 attempt. I'll lose the bet again. God damn it. The main reason people get upset at other managers for making good trades is simply because they didn't make the trade. And a lot of people veto. The problem with veto system is people will veto trades when it helps both teams. I'm not for the veto system. I'm just not for Josh Jacobs for Deebo Samuel. Like when it's obviously crazy like that. No, not happening, bro.
So you're
sorry. That's why
we should have a commissioner objection. Here's
that's also a problem because then that's literally me being God.
Right. Well, there's 2 problems there. Number one, you're dealing with one person's overall opinion, and I get that fantasy leagues are for the most part a dictatorship, not a democracy. But number 2, we talked about this earlier. Like if I want to trade somebody at 11:56 a.m. and get them on my roster, like it's impossible to do if you got to wait for the commissioner to approve the trade, or if you have a veto system where people can vote. So that's a problem in and of itself. If I'm making negotiations all the way up until game time, I want Ted McMillan on my team, but the other guy has him. Like I got to try to make commissioner can't be available 24 hours a day to make these decisions. So you're just handicapping the league.
I guess real quick, what I would say to both of your guys' instances is that, for instance, I'm in 4 leagues, 3 of them with really good friends that if they want to be trash, they'll hear about it outside of the league and for good measure. Yeah. But my point is, like, for instance, like Rob, I'm in balls deep with you. I don't know like a majority of those guys. I know Kappa, and that's it. You and Kappa. Rob squared. That's all I know. So like in person at least. And it's like we don't have that system, but our league doesn't trade that much. So luckily for me at least,
right.
it doesn't affect me as much. But like I'm not gonna lie, story. If there was a league if that's the league I'm talking about and there were trades on trades on trades, and there was people making shitty trades, I would just leave the league. Like, I'm not down with that. And that's why I like the veto system with people who are my friends who we all have integrity to trust. There's a difference in that to where just with
integrity farms.
But real quick, I'm gonna say there's a big difference where everybody, you can be in so many different leagues with 2. Like I said, we can be in a league with 3 of us. 3 of us have integrity. All the other, 7 to 12, 7 to 8 or 9 of them are trash. So it's a hard line in my eyes to pick.
Yeah, and you don't know people in my league, Ray, but I am the commissioner. I know you trust me, so I'm not going to let. And there's no vetoes in my league, but I have stipulations. Anything like that, I'm going to send a group chat and we're going to figure it out. And then I know that's weird to have a gray area there. And then if you're eliminated from the playoffs, you're not trading. You're not allowed to trade. There's not a keeper league. Your team's dead. You can't pick up guys. Once the fantasy playoffs start, that kind of shit.
I don't have a problem with that. No trading for teams that are eliminated from the playoffs. But if you do have a consolation bracket, you can't lock teams that are eliminated from the playoffs from making adds and drops, though. Like that, you can't do that.
Well, XFL, of course.
I do. The consolation bracket doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, what if there's I've been in leagues where there's a cash prize for the consolation bracket.
Yeah, that's for fucking losers, bro. I don't want that.
You didn't make the playoffs.
All right, Hey, while he says his story of former scouts, you do sound like one. He said looking like a head coach. And I will say this, me and my wife have a little joke about your story. You want to hear it?
Yeah, please.
We think you transitioned at a young age. I'm kidding. She says you look like Kevin O'Connell. You look like Kevin O'Connell a little bit.
I don't wear a baseball.
I would say if you put on a baseball cap and then get that headset on real quick, I can see it.
Yeah, next spot, I'll find a baseball cap and put on my Xbox.
AK, just put stories. Yeah, I'll switch it. Ball cap, headset, and just.
Quick announcement. Two quick announcements here. I did order the new hats, by the way, Ray and Story. Story, are you gonna want to wear one now? Because it's gonna be badass hats like this, but it has a new logo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be the red one.
And then it's gonna be the same colors as this with the red thing. And then I will say this for the chat here. What the hell is Ray doing? Anyways. It's gonna be awesome. So if you're in the Patreon, you are eligible for the pro tier and then the Professional Fanatics tier. I'm gonna give away one free hat per month. And there's not that many people in there now in those tiers. So most likely, if you're in those tiers, you're getting a free hat in the next 6 months, awesome. Which is badass. And then they're like $30 a pop. I'm gonna give them away, whatever. Anyways, I'm not gonna be able to finish all these questions here. We are well behind, so we're gonna get to as many as we can while we're here. My wife has work tomorrow. She's sleeping, and I have a new dog. And so I have to take them out, but take them on a walk. But I'm gonna do as much as I can here. Yeah, it's she's 10 months old. She's super awesome, but she's still not she's housebroken, but she's still a new dog, if that makes sense. Yeah. So we're gonna get to all your questions. If you really want your question answered, I might not get to all of them. Throw me a $1 super chat, and we'll definitely get to them right away. But I'm gonna get to as many as I can. We'll try to power through this one, but we want to give you our actual take.
Rob, tell them to join the Discord and throw them right on the Discord, and we get all of them. We have the questions itemized into hashtags.
We do. It's pretty organized. It's pretty goddamn organized. What's a better start? Stafford against New Orleans or Knicks against Houston? It got Hurts on bye.
I'm going.
I think it's going to be Stafford against New Orleans, right?
At home. At home too.
Yeah, at home. Defense is looking poor. The New Orleans defense, yeah.
Well, plus, isn't Puka coming back this week? I mean, that's just going to be a gigantic upgrade with that offense. So,
nice little tidbit there from Raymond.
Good call.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm definitely going Stafford. And plus, Stafford is he's ascending right now for fantasy wise. So, I'm not saying he's going to. He's ascending towards top 10. I'm not going to say he's torn. He's not on his way to top 5, but he's ascending right now. So, you got him. Play him this week.
This is a good one here. Would you drop Jordan Mason or Monungai for a top waiver? Say Booty, Franklin, Downs, or a top defense. I mean, who do you? Let's just answer this one. Do you want Jordan Mason or Monungai rest of the season?
Monungai.
Crazy.
Really? I'd probably go Monungai. Monungai is playable right now. Can you start Jordan Mason this week?
No,
not at all.
No, I'm just going Mason for just rest of the season value, of course. Which Aaron Jones gets injured.
I wouldn't drop either of those guys for a wide receiver though. Like running back is playable for a bench wide receiver.
But that's why I'm assuming we're assuming he's desperate. So if he's desperate, let's just assume one of those guys. Story, who are you dropping?
Mason.
Okay. No, that's not that. I guys. So that's
Matt agrees with you. Story. He said that trade should not be vetoed. What are we talking about? It's arrogant to think we could predict the future. That's what you said.
Yeah. That's what
I agree. I agree with that part, but unfortunately, Josh Jacobs for Deebo Samuel there is no world that is fair. Story.
That's absurd.
No, it doesn't seem like it. But again, it's not my job to run other people's fantasy teams.
So we could just trade Jahmyr Gibbs for if you saw Jahmyr Gibbs for Travis Hunter
or Jordan Mason. Cool? For Jordan Mason.
Okay, this is where it becomes sticky because
I'm sticky, huh? I don't think you do.
Yeah. Sticky. Well, I mean, you have to have evidence of collusion.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hit the Ray on this one. It ain't fucking sticky on shit. That's a shitty fucking trade. I ain't in leagues that you do shitty trades like that. I'm giving my money up for shit like that. That's why Rob said what he said. I appreciate that. I'm sorry. I understand if you're in a league if us three were in a league that were a bunch of jackasses that are doing trades like that all day. I mean, I guess, but I'm integrity, man. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
I'm with you. You kind of got to walk away from that league if that's the case. But you're gonna piss somebody off regardless. That's just the
it's all fair game if people are really dumb. I'll just say that it's all fair game. But
people make stupid trades all the time. It's just the nature of the game.
That's why I like being leads with my friends because my friends are cynical and either they will do a fair trade or ain't shit happening. So
I mean, you can rally the league to shame those people too. You know.
You know what? We'll have to start doing that right now for the last week coming up.
Real quick. Jay's wondering how long is Pacheco supposed to miss? Give me when is Pacheco going to come back? Give me your week he's coming back. They have a week 10 bye. He's missing this week. He's missing week 10 because the bye. He's coming back 11, 12, 13. Give me your number and we'll move on.
I think it's like 75% chance he comes back week 10, but there is a very real possibility.
Oh, week 10 bye. Week 10 bye.
Sorry, week 11, right after the bye. But there's a real possibility, like a quarter of like 25% that he's out like for 3 games. Not 3 weeks, 3 games.
I would say
back week 12. No.
I'm with Story that initially it looked bad. I'm just saying, like, it's like when you saw the replay, hit his knee to the side, and he like hit the ground like because he knows what it looks, what it feels like to get a potential season-ending injury. But like he was up and like ran around like he was all hyped up. Like I'm saying, like I'm with Story. He'll be back the following week of the bye. He'll be back week 11. In my opinion,
Mouse says I think week 12. I'm gonna say week 12. Week 12.
Okay.
He misses 2 weeks, like 2 actual weeks, and then the bye week.
Sure.
Mouse says, did anyone hear about the truck with the monkeys?
Yes.
Hepatitis C, COVID, and herpes in the Mississippi that flipped over. One of the monkeys is still missing. Good luck. Well, as long as you don't fuck a monkey, you're fine, right? You just can't fuck the monkey. And I just want to say this: that is how AIDS started, because there's a group of monkeys in Africa that carries the HIV virus. That is they're immune to it, right? It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't ever turn to AIDS. And then they say there's a chance that maybe some of the blood. I'm very confident someone fucked a monkey back in the day in Africa, and that's how AIDS got started.
So you're saying that you're more convinced that somebody fucked a monkey over Fauci just giving AIDS to Africa. Okay, got it. Let's move it along.
No, AIDS was around way before Fauci. But what is that? Is that monkey like? Is it gonna fuck people up?
Well, it's something I'm saying. I know. I'm saying I literally saw this. Like it was basically just like a fucking like a semi of monkeys that they were testing for all these diseases.
How much more after they get in there? Well,
and that's a valid answer, my friend. So you know what? It's a worry, but I think Story really laid it out there. In a certain state it was laid out in. How much danger are we the rest of us in?
At least we're far away from Mississippi. Griffin says Colson Loveland was dropped to waivers in my dynasty league. So should I drop Theo Johnson or Dicker the kicker? I have Bates. And a Lion fan. No, drop Bates.
Yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, I'm picking up.
I know you're a Lions fan, but they don't kick field goals there in Detroit. Dan Campbell don't want any of that.
Oh yeah,
pick up Loveland in a dynasty league if he's on there for sure. I mean,
Dicker's the fucking best, bro. Dicker's like the number one kicker. He hasn't missed a fucking field goal since 1917.
I know he's a Lions fan, but Dicker is like a very remember when Butker was the top dog, but they don't kick field goals much anymore either. They go for it.
I know.
A lot.
Thank you, analytics.
Alex says I got Mason, Corum, and Algier to play running back this week. Do I pick up Wilson, P. Ryan, or McNichols to start over them?
I got.
You can't play Corum. Actually, maybe you could play Corum this week. I think Corum has a good. You can't play Mason. That's a no. Algier, I wouldn't play. I think it's Corum, and then if I were to rank the other guys, it's probably P. Ryan, dude. P. Ryan looks great.
P. Ryan does look good, but
17 points last week for me. Random pick up. Whoop, whoop. Well, not random, but enough of a good.
It was. Don't forget, it was the Jets defense, and they're atrocious. So I'm not putting too much stock in P. Ryan. I'd probably go Algier and hoping he could stumble into the end zone.
Real quick, did you see Aaron Glenn's post-game press conference?
Oh yeah, man.
He was talking up his defense, like, dude, the defense played amazing today. That's the stops, and like, dude, they gave up 38 points.
38 points, yeah, right.
I'm just saying, like, that's why, like, what he must have not been coaching under Dan Campbell, because a real coach, that's what I love about Ben Johnson, is like you're never satisfied, right? Never set. Now sometimes it's too much, right? Where Bill Belichick was too much. Where like, unless you win the Super Bowl, you're gonna have a grumpy face and just be a sourpuss. But like, you won your first game. Congratulations, your season's over. Your owner is calling out your starting quarterback. Your fans are like literally like suffocating themselves in the crowd, like with those bags in their head. And you give it 38 points, and you're congratulating your defense.
I feel like Aaron Glenn is the the parent, like the divorced dad who wants to be the friend with his son, and Dan Campbell's the guy who's like, no, I'm going to lay down the law versus trying to be the friend, right? Like that's the problem there.
What do you got, Ray?
I just want to actually, I want to give some advice to this question. If you're also convinced, I like McNichols just as a PPR, like just a streaming back, like just because the guy, he's always seems to be garbage time gold. So again, if you're a team that's just looking for a high upside, McNichols is never a bad pick in my eyes for a streaming, bye week running back. Because right now, even Dan or Jane Daniels comes back, I feel like he's still going to be used in receiving back. I don't know. Sorry, am I wrong to say that?
No, it's also the problem with JCM is that he doesn't get any of the pass catching work, and JCM and McNichols have very similar statures, but JCM doesn't. They're not utilizing him as a pass catcher whatsoever. So you're right. In a PPR, I think McNichols is a fine start. Just be aware that all these guys, their floor is like 0. Like
correct.
So Mason, like the safest on here is probably Mason, to be honest.
Cruz in the bottom of the chat, Jose Cruz says, damn, bro, you're still live. It's late, man. I want to remind you guys that I did a 4-hour and 5-minute stream, including 3 hours solo on Friday night till like 3 a.m. So that's technically, this is early, and weekends don't matter to me. Never had, even when I was working in the mornings. It doesn't matter to me. I'm actually
really?
This could be a shorter.
It didn't matter
me,
to you. Oh,
huh?
I thought we had sometimes I try to get us to do a little podcast that you're like, I gotta work the weekend.
Well, but in person because we got drunk. Sorry, you gotta get out of here.
Yeah, speaking of that, I gotta get it for.
Thank you, sir.
So, Ray,
I know you.
Chat,
nice
you're
you,
lovely. I love all you guys. I'll be back later this week.
Good seeing you, man.
Love it. See you, Story. Thank you, man. All right, we'll pound through a couple more of these. We're still 15 minutes behind. Jesus, we can't catch up. So I don't know if I'm gonna get to everyone.
Hey, no, we'll just rapid fire.
Well, I don't have much. I don't have much time. I have to take that dog out. Seahawks D or Broncos D this week, Ray? It's Seahawks, right?
Yeah, Seahawks. Yeah, Seahawks are the elite D right now.
Brick says Seahawks Rams. It's always Seahawks. Tim Davino says, looking ahead to fantasy playoff schedules, I was brainstorming trades. Thoughts of Ibuka for Pittman. I want Ibuka. Colts Seahawks should be fireworks. Seahawks have a great defense. It won't be fireworks. And also there's going to be regression there. I'm sorry. Like the Colts offense is not going to be the number one offense this year. It's just not going to happen. Not with
I want them to be. I love them. I want them, but
me too, man. I have Jonathan Taylor. I have Tyler Warren. Like,
hey, we're realistic here. It's just a realistic option. It's just not going to. If it does, Dane Dimes better be MVP. That's all I'll say. Or it will be JT.
Man, I just don't like looking too much into it. Like, I want good players because you know what? We're in week 9 this week. This week, and a lot of things change, man. Like a lot of things change. Like a lot of teams get better. A lot of teams actually get worse. So what you think is a tough matchup? Look at the Broncos right now. Missing Surtain, that changes the whole complexion of at least the receivers, right? Where it was like, unless it's CeeDee Lamb or a top 8 guy, you have to literally like really put them in flex or like temper your expectations. Well, now it's like you just want to start guys.
Surtain was like when I say this, I'm not trying to, look down on Darrell Revis, but like Surtain seemed to be like the closest to like Revis Island, like on a more recent level of current modern cornerback that like any number one that has been going against the guy. You don't like it's. I mean, you started him, but because it's like Jamar Chase against him, but it's like you just better expect Jamar Chase may put up 3 points. So Keenan Allen over 16. Who's out this week? Yeah, I say I don't think anybody's out this week. Yeah, no, I would say no.
Jason said, "FYI, I can't say bag of dicks on a super chat. Tried like 5 times, and the point for the comment is long gone. God damn it! You could say bag of D's. I know what that means, but Jason's also been way too generous. Jason's also been way too generous in the show.
No.
So again, I do appreciate it, but
Jason, if you're trying, just put just like anything else. D exclamation point.
The stars, right? Like old people do that where they don't want to swear in text. I'm like, just say the fucking swear word. Like, now YouTube doesn't not allow that, but I'll just say it out of my mouth.
Jason, yeah, next
Thoughts
time
on
just-
Wan'Dale Robinson? Thoughts on Wan'Dale Robinson trying to get him on the cheap? It's not going to be that cheap anymore. And with Sterling, not with Sterling Shepard, with Darius Slayton coming back, I think he's fine. He's a wide receiver 3, a low end wide receiver 3 with some upside. He could have these boom weeks. I like him much more in PPR, James Bond. I'll say that.
I would say that, yeah, James Bond, if he's full PPR, I would be still, even with Darius Slayton coming back, I would still look at him to be like Rob said, like anywhere from like a 35 to a 25 with upside of 20. You know, even like a best game, it was, like one of his best games, 15. So 35 to 15 is a very, very high upside for 1 week or 2 weeks.
What's up, guys? Would you trade Monty for AK? Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
In half PPR, I want I want Monty. In full PPR, I could see Alvin Kamara. That was where I would say it. It's close. It's very close.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea by any means because Monty can win you weeks any day of the week. But full PPR, I'm still going 8K.
We have a lot of chats about Story looking like a lawyer. His YouTube picture is very professional. Can we pull it up here? I think here it is. Here it is. Look at this picture. You can kind of see it. Like so professional. Mine is like me shirtless in a fucking kiddie pool. That's mine. You
Mine's
can see it.
It's so.
Someone traded Debo for Cook 2 weeks ago. My friend's league, mind-blowing level of stupidity. At least Debo was doing better then. Even still bad, but like at least that was better than Debo now. Justin says, back to the trade. There are levels to it. Jacobs is tiers above as Shaky Debo. Shouldn't be trading players 5+ rounds apart if we're redrafting on a given week. I take Jacobs top 8-10. I guess the one thing is Josh Jacobs is kind of injured right now. It doesn't matter. He's on an offense. He scores a touchdown every game. Every goddamn game.
Well, Rob, let's be real. He's
amazing.
He's the focal point of one of the best teams in the NFL. That's of the offense. That's just, I mean, I'm sorry. Anybody, I'm sorry. Story wanted to argue with us. There's no argument. The guy is a focal point, one of the best offenses in the league, and RB workhorses are hard to come by, and he is one. So that's a dumb trade no matter what. Like, yeah, you
100%.
got fucked up.
I think Hunt is a good pickup this week. Wondering how much money FAAB you doing for Tracy on waivers. How needy are you at running back? How deep's your league? The deeper the league and the needier you're at running back, it gets to 100%. A 10-team league, you're looking at 25%. It's just all at your discretion. And also take a look at your other league mates' FAAB, right? What they need. So you can kind of predict what people are going to spend. So if you just combine those things, you can get yourself the value. I wouldn't overspend if you don't need to, because then you're getting for a depth piece. But like it's a lot, because like when else are you going to get a better player than him?
Hey, real quick though, to help him out, you asked me the other day, what do you think of Tracy's ROS the rest of the year, rest of the season value?
I'd say top 18 in PPR.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, I'm just trying to help hustle a vision out there. I'm just saying, like, if it's full PPR, like, you, if he really needs a running back too, like, let's say he has Bijan, but he's just rotating guys out. Would you be telling him to do a little more than 25% of his? I'm saying that I'm just playing devil advocate.
I think I would start Tracy over Kamara right now. Yeah, that's the line. It's right there. That's right there.
Okay.
Right.
And that's a good thing to talk to people. That's all I'm asking. That's thank you. That's even for myself. That's all I'm just
Ray doing a little hosting over here. Who starts week 10? Wario. We call Wario. It's Dylan Gabriel. Wario.
Yeah.
Or
I love that
Waluigi. Shador. I think they're gonna give Gabriel one more week. And then it's going to just really blow up again. They're going to have no choice to start 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 8 games of Shador. Yeah.
I'm with a mouth. By the way, thank you for thank you for those Wario shout outs. But yeah, awesome. I'm with Rob. Awesome. I'm with Rob, everything he said there, that this week is it. And if Gabriel doesn't show up, it's done. He's done. At least with the Browns.
Yeah, Wally, it is waiver wire time soon, so I have like 5 more minutes. We'll try to get to everyone's question here. I still haven't done mine. I have an hour, but I have to walk my dogs too. 0.5 touchdown over under. That's an alternate line. I would go over on that, but the actual line's probably 1.5. I go under on 1.5.
Right. I go over half, over under 1.5 for sure.
Wally, love you, man. Love you. Do all those things because Wally is the shit. We need 3 more subs here. There's only 19 people in here. Most of you are probably subbed, but 3 more for 2,600. That's kind of a big number. Any round number is a big number. But if you're not in the Discord, like, you got to get in the Discord. We have over 50 people in there now. It's going to be 55 after tonight when I take care of all the the people that I have had join the Patreon here.
And
And
honestly, everybody, the Discord is literally going all day, like all day, all night.
here we go. Rob, 15 seconds to convince me Coleman stays on my team besides being tied to Allen. Well, you got Josh Palmer being hurt there. That's the main thing. And Josh Palmer, we have no reports on. He's probably missing this week, maybe another week. They have some other guys I like there, but it's Elijah Moore. It's just bums. So Keon Coleman's the X receiver there. He's still playing all the snaps. It's the snaps. It's Josh Allen, and it's the regression, the positive regression. It's a touchdown upside too. So that's it. I wouldn't do it.
He was a second round pick from them last year. So they're not giving up.
He's going to get the opportunity. He has not looked great, but we've seen some flashes. He has taken a couple steps. I'd say he's taken a half step forward. I think there's a chance by the end of the year he takes 2 steps forward. And
I'd say overall
he's a startable guy every week.
He's taking 1 step forward from last year, but like that 1 step is from like a I'm just saying from a 3 to a 4, over out of 10. So it's not like a big step, but he's in better.
Brick says, can't get over this trade in my league. Kraft and Javonte for Dobbins, BTJ, JMO. The guy who traded Kraft and Javonte also traded CD over Jefferson. So what the hell? So Kraft, Javonte for Dobbins. So like we want Javonte over Dobbins.
Yes.
BTJ, it's not that crazy because like Brian Thomas could be that dude. JMO's kind of a nothing. So let's just kind of toss out. I have hope for JMO, but he's like barely a wide receiver 3, even if he starts playing better. So Javonte and Kraft for Dobbins and BTJ. If he better have a better tight end. If he doesn't have like an elite tight end, he traded Kraft to start like, I'm trying to think of a bad name like Fannin or like one of these.
Who did
guys.
he get for Kraft and Javonte? My God,
he got Dobbins and BTJ. He got Dobbins and BTJ.
Oh yeah, God, and
it's gross. I don't like that.
That guy's disgusting.
Trade Kyron for Brock Bowers.
I
want
Kyron as well, but I'm saying unless you're Rob and balls deep, who has multiple top 5, for sure, at least top 10, running backs that you could trade away Kyron. I know Kyron's not a top 10 running back anymore, but nonetheless, trade away a Kyron for if you can't afford it, running backs are so much higher value. Don't do it. I'll just leave it at that. Because Brock Bowers, what the hell has he done this year at least?
What do you think about the Njoku to the 49ers? Apparently that's a rumor right now. I guess they could play a different style of ball, but I don't like it for like Njoku stock, and it definitely wouldn't help Kittle stock.
Fantasy wise, that's the worst thing that could ever happen. Like, fuck that trade. If I see that trade come across ESPN, I'll be shit. Oh, Keon
Miles says Jerry Jeudy and Kerry Coleman are the same player. Yeah, you know what? But here's the point. We have seen Jerry Jeudy have a legendary stretch in the NFL, like a legendary stretch. And we saw him also, he had a stretch with Denver where he had like, he had a year where he had 1,200 yards and 6 touchdowns. So like,
no.
You know what I mean?
Jerry Jeudy has showed up. Keon Coleman ain't done shit. So yeah, there ain't no comparison on that with you, to your point.
Brick, don't worry, man. This year might be lost. You don't know. Just try to grind it out. But next year you're gonna come back with goddamn vengeance because we're gonna crush with you. So
what was that? We need to get him in a league.
Yeah. Well, if he wants to, Brick's definitely in. And you know what I probably have to do, and I want to do, because again, Blake, I love you. You are my media manager. I'm gonna have to buy Blake into my league, and I will do that. So you're gonna be into the I'll buy you into our fantasy playoff league, Blake, for free. So you got that going for you. And then next year I'll buy you into a league every year, and we're going to figure it out going forward. I'm going to take care of you because you're the dude. You're my guy. You're almost to Tucker Kraft level, where Tucker Kraft is he's my father. He is my lover. He is my friend. That is almost Blake. So anyways, all right, we got through all the questions. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
If you have not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? If you're not in the Discord, what are you doing? Hit up the Patreon, support me. Keep me in business, boys. 7 days a week. I was on live 25 hours last week, Ray. That's just on the live. That's not counting prep for the show, all the graphics I pull up. I mean, Blake makes a lot for me, but I still have to like set all this stuff up. It's a lot of work. And I also watch a lot of film. All the bets, Ray. We're sitting at a crisp 14-2 to start out the NBA and player props. These are not minus 150s. These are minus 120s, minus 110s. All even odds bets, essentially.
Did any of those bets
You're
include the Chicago Bulls?
No, why would I do that?
Because they're 3-0.
I know. I don't bet
Maybe-
lines, first of all. I bet player props. I don't know. I don't know what my process
understand
is winning.
understand
And
what
then
you
I will
do.
say this, NFL, we're looking at we're 30, 35, and 18 on NFL. So that's also solid as shit. So if you want access to these bets outside of the videos I release, which are not as timely as the bets, I will give these bets way early in the Discord, and you get the lines that I get, and you'll actually win more. Because if you don't, you might lose a couple because the lines go up. Instead of 36 yards, you get it at 38 yards, and the guy gets 37, you lose. That happens. Anyways, also a way to support me, and maybe eventually, hopefully, I can start paying some of my guests to come on here because they're doing all this shit for free. Essentially, I am too. I get a little shackles here and there from you guys, but I would like to take care of Ray and Story, and I have a lot of guests on here. So that's down the road. I get that, but they know what it is, right? You know what this is, Ray. Everyone in the chat knows what it is. Everyone in the Discord knows what this is.
How long have you and I been doing this podcast now for? I mean, I know you've been doing it years before me, but I mean, we're doing this probably 4 years now?
You're almost 3 years, that you've been coming on.
Yeah.
And we did it just like 100% for free. And the thing is, no one was even watching back then. We were doing movie pods. I was putting 10 hours in editing these things, the 2 hours recording, and we were getting like 40 views on some of them, which is just insane to think about. But the product's still out there. That's the nice thing is when this blows up, all of that awesome content we have out there, the 25 movies we've done, some of the other crazy shit we've done, your Flat Earth episode, which is awesome. That's all out there forever. The Sunny one, that was the first one we ever did. Let's get to the last couple of questions here before we got
100%.
GT says that was a wild night. Damn straight it was. Is defensive team and a kicker stack a good idea? Yeah, I do like stacking that because generally they correlate with each other pretty well. Mark, that 4-hour night was wild. Then I came the next day for 3 good fucking times.
He came, huh? Rob
actually has a script for the NBA. No, man, I always just do really well early in the NBA. Not saying I won't do good going forward. There's a lot of edges early in the NBA season because they set the lines at like last year's averages. And when situations change, I know they change. I do a lot of research on this shit.
Sounds like ESPN fantasy numbers. On my top 10 rankings are the top 10 finishers from last year.
Right. Something like that, where it's like there's edges to be played there. Hetzer, what's going on, man? Sorry, we're about to get off. Mouth says, join the fucking Patreon. Mouth is very adamant about this. Jason says, Rob, you got to simmer down. FBI might get after you after all these betting wins. You know what? The 2 losses I had, maybe I did them on purpose. So no, I mean, the nice thing is I bet less on the NBA. My unit's like $50 in the NBA. My unit on football is like $150. So, because I'm also doing, bets every single night in the NBA, and I'm not throwing $150 on an NBA bet when I'm making 3 or 4 a night. Maybe I should start doing it, but I don't want to. Let's see here. Last one, or I'll do a couple more. 12 team full PPR. That's a long one, Chasing. All right, you're going to have to, Chasing, join the Discord. I'll answer that one. I can't get, my head is just like gone. I can't get into a long. I'm sorry. It's been 2.5 hours. I've had a long day. I don't know. Somehow I do 4 hours of these, but sometimes it just like everything hits you and you just go like blank. I just can't read another comment. It's hard. You want to read it, Ray? Go ahead.
Yeah, it says 12 team full PPR, 1 flex, 1 flex start, 1 flex start, 2 running backs, 2 wide receiver. My running backs are
hard.
C-Mac, Bree, I would assume that's Breece Hall, RJ Harvey, and Kyren Williams. Tight end, Jordan Johnson, David Njoku. I have Drake London, Rice, Waddle, and Ibuka. QB is Daniels and Dart Bowers. Trade ? I mean, so you start 1 flex, so 2 running backs. So you're starting C-Mac, which I'm assuming is Christian McCaffrey and Breece Hall, or Kyren Williams actually over Breece Hall. Those are your 2 starting running backs.
All right. That's just too much. It's just too much. I can't. You see how hard that is? It's just so much stuff. And like somehow I can read those. I can read those pretty well, but there's just so much. It's too much.
You're right.
It's too much.
No, it's a 5-minute breakdown.
You got to get your ass in the Discord, Chasing. It's super easy. Go to the description of this video and or the channel and drop that. And we'll have 20 people in there probably fucking helping you out with this. If it was an hour earlier in the show, I definitely would have broke that down for you. But like sometimes those like paragraph ones just like fry my
like I said, it's at least for sure a 5 to 10 minute breakdown. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and also I'm not going to give you a half-answer answer because I don't want to do that. That's not who I am, so not going to do that. Anyways, I'm not saying we can't read anything but Patreon subs. You know, a lot of the guys only read super chats. Episode, it would have been me reading one comment and then just talking about penises the whole time, which I would actually like to do that, but
Rob
anyways, just boys being dudes. Love you guys. Jason, you're the shit. Brick, you're the shit. Mark, Mouth, shout out. GT, I'm going to send you an email if you're not already in the Discord, GT. Check that here in a little bit. Hetzer, sorry we had to leave early. Anyone else I'm missing here? I'll say Blake again because I love you. Ray, thank you for coming on. Appreciate all of you guys. I got some stuff to take care of. Tomorrow night we'll be doing just a Wednesday football lounge with the Chaz. Maybe Ray will make an appearance. You know how we do around here. 7 nights a week, boys. So
I'll probably make
hopefully
a late
you
night
subscribe to
appearance.
the channel. If you did not subscribe, please do because I know what you're missing out.
Hey, honestly, everybody who watches this, it's literally our Discord. I'm not kidding. It is literally like pretty close to 24/7. Maybe in the middle tonight, I'm sure it'll be open. Like people talking, but regularly, like on a regular night, for sure between 2 and 5 a.m. Maybe not much chatter, but after
that's the only time it's not active.
No,
it's me at 4:15 in the morning giving you my NBA plays for tomorrow. For the day of, right? Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Being honest, like my phone blows up all day. Like
I have to have my notifications off on it, but I'm always on there. So and everyone's on here. It's what's up, man.
Yeah,
so
no, it's active. Everybody, if you guys legitimately want a good community, like it's a great community. I mean, you get on it. We're all in there.
Hetzer, if you're not in there, get on that shit. Justin, I'm giving you some of your last names.
Hetzer, for sure.
Ice Cole.
You
guys want to get on that shit. GT's already in there. Chase Billings, that was the guy. Chase Blessing, sorry. Billings is like a last name. Chase, sorry about your question. Like I said, my brain is just fried right now. I'm powering through. It's been a long week, even though it's Tuesday? It's been a fucking long week. It's been a long year. It's been a long life. We got Jason here just donating $5, even though he's a Professional Fanatic member. That's why I love Jason's the best.
Hey,
Jason, you got to come on that. Jason, you got to come on the show again soon, man. We're gonna figure that out because you're awesome, and just we won't talk about the Bucks as much. But you know what I got to do? I got to wait for the Bucks to lose a game, and then have you on, and then you'll just be super sad, and I'll cheer you up with my winks and smiles. That's what I'll do. But Jason, you're the shit. Appreciate you, J Bob. He hasn't been in here for a while, but everyone else, man, you guys are awesome. We will see you tomorrow. Hopefully Ray can hop on for a little bit. And tomorrow night it'll probably be about 9, I'd say 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. Central is typically the time on Wednesday night. I'll probably do a full 3 hours tonight. I feel like tonight's a short show. Like I'm apologizing. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes, Ray.
Wednesdays I got my Halo, so after that I'll hop on. So usually we're done.
What time's that? Yeah, 11 o'clock, right? Yeah, hop on for the last hour.
Okay. Sounds good, dude. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hey, you guys are awesome. Jason, thank you again. You're the man. I'll be talking to you guys in Discord and seeing you tomorrow. Peace, boys. Stay positive. Love your life. Respect each other.